And welcome back to Roll for Story, the Claude Coast arc. The party are still in battle with these dusty devils, but a nice little brief recap as to how they got into this mess in the first place. Carius, give us a recap there.
Right, so we did a last minute planning with Dad. He basically told me one of my sisters had to come. My brother also came part of the way just so that he could join the race. We found out that some people had been attacked by possibly mummies. We got into the desert, got to a place where there was meant to be like this crystallized lightning. But a bunch of the party were being battered by the heat because they're wimps and not used to it. So we set up a Learman's tiny hut. They rested in that while me and my sister went and looked with the help of Kashan as a scorpion, I believe. We managed to find it, and then with Andy's help, we managed to get this really big, chunky spear of crystallized lightning. But then there was this sandstorm coming, so we all decided to flee off it as fast as we could. There was a bit of polymorphing, a bit of dimension dooring, and basically working out our best way to move quickly. We got into this canyon. Kashan fell down a hole where there were some giant snakes. My familiar got battered against a wall and disappeared, and then we got attacked by some dust devils, and that's about it.
Alrighty. So,
And I think I covered everything.
yeah, no, that's quick. Alright then. In the midst of this battle, one of the dust devils has snuck up to the back line, and Lahiri is in quite a bit of danger. Standing between them is Andy, who's just got off their feet after having been flung back from the sinkhole. And Llewellyn, you can see all of this going down. But to make things interesting, oh wait, were we on your turn? I think you did take your turn, and then we ended, didn't we?
Yeah, I put my wall of fire up, and then I
Perfect.
stepped away, and it hit me, and I lost concentration.
Cool,
So
okay.
I shouldn't be able to see this happening, but I do.
Well, we'll see if you can see, because we're going to spice things up a little bit. On the top of initiative, we're going to have everyone roll a Constitution saving throw.
Oh,
As a huge flurry of sand billows over the top of the canyon wall.
Oh.
And as you try to fight against this, some of you get caught in it. Let's see. Karis, you're able to sort of, because you've still got that wind around you, you're able to kind of like billow it away and
This is
push
regular.
it to the side.
This is regular, right?
Yeah. What do you mean regular? Yeah.
Yeah,
Whereas
Karis,
Llewellyn and Irina, you are blinded by this oncoming flurry.
Of course.
So, blinded means you just can't see. It might become awkward for you this round, but we'll see. And Andy as well. Okay. But, Andy, you can still see this creature in front of you. For the most part, it's only blinded out to like a range of 5 foot. So, you can still see Lahiri and the Dust Devil, but beyond that, everything is completely swept into the sandy mist. I think, Kashan, did you roll yours?
Sorry, say again. Con save?
Oh, con save, yeah.
My apologies. I was trying to sort out because I just got
Okay.
a message.
No problem. All right. Ooh, boy. Okay, you are blinded as well. That's going to spice things up this round. Top of the round, it is Kashan. It's your go.
Perfect. So I use my action to get rid of that blindness.
Oh, will you now?
I believe I'm just going to double check there. Never mind. It's charm, frighten, and purity of body is disease or poison. Okay, never mind.
Okay.
Ignore that.
Alrighty. Okay. The music button is popping up. Okay. Anyway, what would you like to do then?
Cool. So with that. I'm just blind, aren't I?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
That's all.
So I'll just
Will you
get...
be able to see the one directly in front of him still? Or
Yeah, you can still see this billowing mass in front of you.
But it's just going to be a disadvantage on all my attacks.
Right, exactly, yeah.
Cool. So yeah, I'll start attacking this one to my right.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, that's a disadvantage.
Yeah, sorry, I thought that would have rolled automatically. Just roll one more time.
There it is. Okay, yeah, that's
So it's
it would
either
have been
a 32 or a 31.
yeah, 31 hits for 14 bludgeoning. And this creature seems to be shaking around between the rocks. Its form for a moment slips away with the wind, and then it has to catch itself and build its tornado-y body back up.
Cool. So as I found purchase on that, I'll just go for it again.
Okay. It's still a nice hit. Yeah, another 10 bludgeoning. And it gets closer and closer to being dispersed entirely.
If it's still holding its form, then I'm going to pop a key point and
Okay.
flurry of blows.
Okay, the blind is not impairing Kashan in the slightest and gets another clean hit.
Well, if anything, he's probably kind of like even though he's blind, he's still closed his eyes and he's now channeling like through his sound and through his ki.
Yeah.
And
like it.
last strike on this creature.
Yeah, you've blindfolded yourself plenty of times in training. That's another killing hit.
And
Alright.
for that one, I'm going to get it to make a strength saving throw, I want to say. This is the pushing one.
Okay.
That passes.
Succeeds.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. It's hard to push back something that is wind itself, but you can tell this form has got a few granules of sand billowing around left in its form. Irina. I think you might be muted as well.
Yeah, no, I know. Right, okay, blinded. Okay. Okay. So the most I can see within like 5 feet of myself then.
Exactly, yeah. Everything else is completely swept away. But you can remember the relative positions of things.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm sure I fired a shot at this guy. There we go.
I accidentally lit them all up because they were linked together. But yes, this
okay.
one should be on 2.
Alright, in which case I'm probably still facing that direction because it's only been
6 seconds.
So I'm gonna pop a couple more in that direction and hope that
Okay, roll with disadvantage.
Mm-hmm.
Be holding control to do that.
Yep. It's click and alt to target the thing.
Yeah, that's it. Hold down Alt, and there we go.
Got it. Sweet. Where are we? There are we. And it's control.
Yeah.
To disadvantage. 1. Going to roll.
Did not roll.
Did
Okay,
not roll.
close your sheet and then open it again. See what happens. You can do that by
Nope,
pressing
that's the
C.
tan sheet. I don't want that one.
Just press C, and that should open it. Or you can double click your token. There we go.
I'm gonna have no. I didn't hold control for that
All
one.
right.
It wasn't
All
working.
right, roll.
We're on max, remember, so
Yeah, I don't know what that would be.
some buttons might be different.
So second one,
Potentially
16.
command.
So it's 16.
I don't have a command on this keyboard.
Well, 16 does hit.
What the-
So
Okay.
we'll take your first set of damage, which is 6. And you can roll 2d6.
Why are you taking my first set of damage? What?
because that's what I did with Kishan. And if you roll disadvantage, then that's what it should be. All right.
So 13 on the second one.
Second one misses, but the first hit would explode him.
Mm-mm-mm.
Mm-hmm. And ooh, that's a lot of damage.
And I'm pretty sure the one next to him has to make a dex saving throw.
100% does. However, Kishan is also in the fray, and I don't know if you can.
No, because
Yeah,
when I leveled
yeah.
up, I took the thing, so it doesn't hit him.
Oh, I know that. It's just that you're a bit blinded. Tell you what.
But isn't
I still
it-
rolled at disadvantage though, so
Yeah.
And-
I still
And
have
it's
evasion
less-
anyway, so
and
don't worry
isn't
about
this
it.
more rather than Irina being blind for this effect? Isn't it more Candlewick? So, and
Hmm.
Candlewick would know not to target allies. Now,
I'll
has that
I'll let that
control.
one slide then.
I don't know. My lantern did freak him out quite a bit.
yeah, but that's the lantern. That's not you.
This might be his opportunity. Oh no. 14 fails. And ooh, tasty. You just got a chain reaction here. So well, not a chain reaction, but you do see the creature in front of you, Kishan, is suddenly swept away by this smoky fire and dispersed into the air.
Kashan's still going.
I still have one more shot.
Yep. Take your last shot.
Okay. But this thing's disappeared.
You don't know about the other one behind it. The one behind it is what you managed to take out.
Alright, well, I'm just going to keep firing at this one then if I know I've already hit it. So.
Oh.
Meh.
Oh no!
All things in D&D are balanced. All right. Therefore,
I mean, technically, I already hit it, so.
yeah, no, that was good. You got a kill on the other one. All right. It's gonna end Irina's go unless you want to move anywhere.
Nope. I'm good.
All right, Carius.
I could go up and hit this. Let me just. Sorry, sorcery points. Yep, let's do that. Okay, so I'm going to go up to this thing, and as my action, I'm going to bring down my glaive upon it.
I'm not
Uh-huh.
a thing, I'm a tabaxi.
I'm not bringing my glaive down on you.
Do you have? Oh yeah, you have it. Nice. Nice. Very nice. All right.
As my bonus action, I really wish I'd booming bladed, even if I know they're resistant to it, but whatever. As my bonus action, I'm going to spend 2 sorcery points, and I am going to vicious mockery it, and hope they can be hit by psychic damage.
Well, unfortunately, not. However, this thing is very close going down.
Ah. Wait, did that take the damage off, even though they're immune to it?
Wait, what?
Because it.
Wait, no,
failed-
they're not immune to it.
Oh, I thought they would be.
No, actually, that does do the job. But he's still just barely holding together.
Okay.
The Auran voice from beyond is just racking with pain. Ah! No!
Yeah. I'm just gonna tap Kashan on the shoulder and just sort of twist him and point him in the right direction. Go, there you go, buddy. And then I'm just gonna. You recognize me, and then I'm just gonna shuffle round this one to over here.
Okay.
Because I want to. I think I had enough movement for that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, just I think. Actually, wait, or was I there? I think I
You're
might
in the bottom of my screen, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. That is your max.
Yeah, I thought it seemed
Alright.
a bit cheaper.
Andally, you still have one of these huge dust devils in front of you. The here he's cowering behind.
She's going to reach in her bag and pull out Elravans or Karina and try and play it a song. Because, of course, it's a wind instrument. And, of course, she knows desert songs. So she's hoping to almost, not exactly charm it, but try and calm it down with a song it might know.
Interesting.
That is a really out of the box idea. I love it.
Okay,
She also can speak Oran as well, so
she can.
that helps.
I will
So
play you the song of your people.
yeah, exactly.
All right.
And to be fair, if you shot an arrow at it and missed, it would spin around like a tornado and probably injure yourself.
She's already had plenty of injuries today. She's like, okay, let's try this instead, the peaceful route.
Or maybe it
Sure.
would spin like a weather vane. Just rotating on the spot.
Yeah. Go ahead. Make me a performance check. We know how these turn out. Yeah, of course. The impossible.
What?
So it pauses in its
14, fuck.
Yeah.
yeah, it's expertise plus proficiency. So there's this moment of pause and hesitation with the creature, and as it's about to like strike you, it hears this song being played, and it does seem to recognize it. These sounds, in fact, even in Orin it speaks. It says, "These sands have heard many songs over the ages. It's like nostalgic to me."
I hate to interrupt. Is he muffled for anyone else, or is that my hearing going?
It's a bit muffled.
Slightly.
Both.
Okay, it's not my ears. Okay, I'm good.
Bit of both.
Speak closer to your microphone.
It seems to be in almost a trance, but it doesn't seem to be stopping from being in one whole form. It almost seems to want to return to the sands of which heard this, but for now, the creature sort of backs away. On its go, it's not going to go for Andy. Seems to slink away, and at this point, Andy, you see its form is completely submerged in the rest of the sandstorm.
Cool. She's just gonna keep it up and keep on playing, really.
You, however, are an intruder.
Your music is
And
shit.
Lavellin, let's see.
I've always
Lavellin
hated
pulls out his
bagpipes.
bagpipes.
That was a bit.
Another wind instrument, though.
I know,
That's
but
true.
it's the least favourite of the wind instruments.
I actually quite like the bagpipe.
No,
If they're
Percy,
played
no.
right. If they're played right.
Tell that to stop.
Lavellin.
Yeah.
All right. Now, if I roll
Just don't tell my grandmother; she'll kill me.
if I roll a 6 on this D8, you know where you're going, right?
Mhm.
Oh no.
Damn. All right, you
Aw.
fly into the wall.
I mean, yay!
Oh, I love it. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. So Lavellin, you take total of 3d8. Let's do that first. Plus 2. You take 15 points of bludgeoning damage as you are swept off your feet, thrown aside, and smashed into the canyon wall for another 5, 10, 15, 20. Another 2d6.
Jesus.
Do you
You
have
take another
cover
7.
prepared, and would it apply in this situation?
I just took it off.
There we go. Cool. Yeah, your form is also prone. You can feel the thumping in your head of the concussion. And it is this last whirlwind go. Let's see. Did we get back the whirlwind? No, we did not. Alright. In that case, then, It's going to finish its turn by just slamming into Kashan.
I was hoping it would go for me.
Yeah, it will do one for you as well. It's getting to you.
That misses.
Well, you're blinded, so it's going to be
Yeah,
flat.
by his displacement cloak.
Right, so it'll
Yeah,
be
So
flat.
it's the cloak,
But-
not me.
Yeah, but it's flat, so
Yeah.
that causes disadvantage for them, but it gets
Really?
advantage due to your blinded state. So
Mhm.
yeah,
Oh,
it becomes
okay.
flat.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
that's
like
a bit shit.
your cloak is working, but you moved into its attack, not
Whoops.
being able to see it.
This
But-
one was at Carius. So it's just a flat roll again. 17 to hit.
17 just hits.
Okay.
But I want to say Sentinel.
Now you can Sentinel, yeah.
Sentinel.
Did you take the damage, Carius?
I'm just doing it now.
Okay. Cheers.
I shall also Sentinel.
Okay.
Well,
Wait, you're both Sentinel?
I can't Sentinel.
Oh,
if
you
I was
don't
Sentinel.
have Sentinel. Okay, yeah, that was gonna do
Because
it.
your Sentinel couldn't. Oh no, it's it.
Boy.
Your choice, mate.
14. How do you finish this one off, Kishan?
So I'll just kind of like feel the wind gushing up my my robes and Marilyn Monroeing it. I just spin around with my bow staff and just crack where the wind came from. And just send it flying.
Yeah, you feel no like physical impact, but as your staff whooshes through, the wind behind it is enough to simply disperse this creature, finally. And you just hear its voice like, back to the sand! Alright. Velen.
Gonna stand up. And
Oh, we're,
I've been blinded this whole time, so I don't
Mhm.
know where anyone is. So I don't know in terms of risking spells. I'm actually gonna move up to it
wow, okay.
because I don't want to risk hitting Andy and Lahiri because I don't know they're all the way over there still.
Okay. Okay, you can see this creature, this massive shadow in the sandstorm.
I'm going to stick my hands into it and cast Toll the Dead.
Did you ask for
Alright.
consent first?
Yeah. A wisdom save.
Yeah. I've not set it up for the other way. Oops.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you didn't target it.
Yeah, do its wisdom save though.
Yeah, fails.
3d12. So 23.
Wow. Mhm. Nice.
Ow.
Say to it, all you are is just dust in the wind.
Says, a force gave me life. I am more than just dust. I will be. It sort of chokes on its words.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We're back to the top of the round. What were we going to do this time?
Oh,
There's another effect of the sandstorm.
oh no.
Oh, that's right. We're just going to do this. So it's going to get ramping up at this point. The wind kicks up a few knots, and I'd like everyone to roll me a strength saving throw.
Of course.
Oof, that one's not a great one for me.
Oh god.
Oh, that's really not a great one for me.
Oh, okay. That's not too bad.
Yeah.
Plus
Um,
3?
No,
I'm joking. It's a
Helen,
paladin.
somehow you managed to cling on to this rock here, and you hold on just barely enough so that you're not knocked prone.
I'm thinking maybe because I'm right next to the wind, they're counteracting each other.
Let's have a look for Lahiri as well.
But also that.
Okay. So Lahiri and Andy, you are trying to hold on to your wind instrument, nearly comes flying from your hand, and rather than lose that, you let yourself kind of be swept up. You end up getting pushed back, falling onto a small dune in a pile with Lahiri. And Irina, you're also pushed back and knocked prone as well. And gonna say the blinding condition ends, but you're all kind of like knocked over. All right, then it is Kashan's go.
Cool. I also failed, so
Oh
I'm
yeah,
assuming
you did, yeah.
10
You're
feet
over there.
prone.
Aye.
That's right.
And if the blind condition ends, that's perfect, because I'm going to get right back up. If I may. I
Okay.
don't know how to rotate
Yeah,
myself.
Only half the
Fine.
movement. Oh, yeah,
5,
yeah.
10, 15, 20.
I
25,
also failed, so I would also be
25.
prone, I guess.
Hmm.
And
Narrowly close to this.
feline
but
agility.
I'm probably one of the people who can handle falling in there. I can teleport.
And I'm going to do full round of attacks on this.
Okay.
Japan.
Who did?
Oh,
Wait,
sorry,
it still
that
hit?
wasn't with advantage. Oh, if it still hits anyway. Second, did you say 16 hits?
Yeah, it does. So 14 bludgeoning.
Second attack?
You don't have advantage, do you?
Huh?
Why would you have advantage?
Why do I have advantage? Ignore
I'm
me.
not sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Okay, still 17 hit.
Cool.
Getting closer.
How are we looking?
It's very rough at this point. Form is, it's all over the place.
I'll spend
Kind of wibbly wobbly dust devil.
another key point. Bah.
Particle.
24 to hit.
Bah.
And I'm going to see if this works. I don't know if it will, but I'm going to try and parkour off of this wall and drop kick the
You're just. Oh, I know what you're doing. Go ahead. Give me an acrobatics check to see if you can pull this off.
Okay, well there's the attack first off.
Alright. Would hit.
Acrobatics.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, you do
24.
jump off of Llewellyn's head, step off the top of this rock, backflip, drop kick, and hit him for 11 points of bludgeoning damage.
And can I get a strength save?
Yeah, well, that might work.
Still not dead. Wow.
Oh,
It's a
so
fail!
12. It's a fail. Okay,
So it gets
flies
pushed
back
back 10 feet or 15? 10 feet?
15, I think.
I'll double check.
I'm fairly sure it's 10, but I could be wrong.
I thought it was 10.
I thought it was 15. I'll find out. Either way. Would you believe?
No, it is 15. It's 15.
Yeah.
Hey! There we go.
Cool.
So yeah, I'll
Oh, wow, I remember that.
Yeah, I'll push back 15 feet.
So, air elementals are not immune to the prone condition. Oh, yeah, there it is. Yeah, they are immune to prone. Okay,
But they get
So-
pushed back.
they do get pushed, and they're kind of hovering over the sinkhole at the moment.
Just makes you
And their
wanna do
form kind of like almost turns inside out as they get smushed backwards. It is still barely holding on though.
Oh, I'm stuck in a wall.
Arena.
Thank you. And yeah, that's my turn.
So I'm not blind anymore, but I am prone.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And this thing, is it floating over the hole?
Yeah, it's sort of swirling over, almost like it's about to tumble into it.
Okay, I can work with that. So I'm going to fire off a couple of Eldritch Blasts to start.
Mm-hmm.
And if one hits, grasp a Padar to yank it another 10 feet forwards towards me.
Okay.
So it's a straight roll now, yeah?
Yeah, it is.
And obviously I get up off the floor using my movement. But...
Okay.
So 26,
That's a
the
hit.
first one.
26 for the second one.
26 for a second one. That damage roll, though.
Ooh.
Terrible damage.
Oh.
12.
However, You need one more hit, I'm afraid. Yeah. Wait. 2, 3. Yeah, that leaves it barely alive. Barely holding on, but you do pull it back, right? 10 foot.
Okay. How many? Oh no, because this is the one where it exploded already. So with the reset, because it's 3 to explode it, right?
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's got.
So I've
Oh,
hit
one-
it twice, so I need to hit it one more time.
Mhm.
But yeah.
Okay, it is just barely holding on, but you've pulled it directly over the top of the pit now. And its swirling sand looks down like, no, no, at least let me be in the sun. Carius. You'll
Right,
go.
so I'm going to use half my movement to stand up. And a very specific way I want to do this. So then I'm going to, so that's 15 feet, 5, 10. Yeah, I've got enough. I'm going to run at it, leap at it, covering my glaive in booming blade energy. Because I might as well. Though I have not set up booming blade on here properly because it obviously does. So I'll do my attack roll normally, and then I'll add the booming blade damage on, which is at this point 2d8, I think.
Okay.
I might be, yeah, I think it's 2d8. So let's roll the attack roll. I think that hits.
It is a hit and is enough to wipe it out. The explosion from the booming blade sends bits of sand fluttering everywhere, but the majority of its form begins to plummet into the pit.
Yeah, and I call out as it falls. From dust you came, and as dust you shall remain. But I'll see you again when you're complete again. And then, because I still have fast step active, I'm just going to fast step to over here.
Amazing. Just before you get pulled down.
Yeah, so literally, I just sort of charge in booming blade, kill this thing, say one line, and just teleport away. And I'm just like, just sort of. In fact, it's almost like I'm seeing it almost as like one of those classic anime scenes, you know, like when they cut through it, and then like there's just a fast movement, almost like in Bleach, and then he just sort of says that line as it falls apart behind him.
You see that as it falls away and you're going through the other side, an arm reaches out, grabs a hold of your leg, and you teleport away. And when you reach the other side, all you see is there's a small little pile of sand over your foot. And this thing, meanwhile, falls into the depths of the sinkhole. And yeah, like you say, it's never gonna see the sun again. Sadly. What a sad fate for an air elemental. At the very least, you could have returned it to the wind, but no. Now
Nope.
inside the dark, windless, lightless depth.
No,
They
this-
started it.
this
Well, one
works
of them killed my familiar. I know I can get him back, but still, I'm not exactly happy about that.
Can I look at what a remains of a wind elemental is when it's not carried out by the wind?
It is simply sand, just as indistinguishable from the rest of the sand here.
Do I know though if that sand still has any? Well, is it dead life or is it just sand?
Looks like just sand to you.
Carius is actually going to pick up some of the sand and just put
Yeah.
it into his bag.
Yeah, can you
Like,
pick
he's
some up?
probably got like a cloth or something, and just wraps it up in there, and then he'll give some to Llewellyn because obviously Llewellyn needs sand to wipe off his quill because that's why one of the kits has a bag of sand.
Well, that too, but I also want to see if it will go into my book, if it still has any means of, well, if it's dead life or just sand. Is the
You
question.
pour some into your book, and your book just returns the sentiment saying, "What are you doing? Getting sand everywhere! You're in the middle of a sandstorm as well!"
No, I wouldn't have just poured it into the book. I would have asked the book first.
Get moving!
God. But yeah,
It's it's not even responding properly in the midst of this. And as Lahiri gets to her feet as well, she's like, we have to find shelter quickly.
You want actual shelter, or we just want to take cover from the storm?
My father said that the canyon was shelter,
Okay,
that we wouldn't be harried by the sandstorm in there.
that's fine.
Well,
Do that.
let's move on forward then quickly, and then we can rest up properly.
Lahiri helps you up, Andy, as well, and says, "Thank you for protecting me."
You're welcome. She didn't really realize that's what she was doing.
Andy uses execute.
She probably, looks at the ocarina and she gives it a hard blow through it, so it makes a really horrible tweet noise to get all the sand out.
You see Kushan dying in the background.
Yeah.
As Andy walks past, I just say, "Nice try with the ocarina. Shame it didn't quite work, but it was
Oh, it
so
worked.
It worked to protect Andy, but it didn't protect the rest of the
Maybe
group.
if you guys stopped attacking them, they would have actually listened. He was enjoying it.
Well, it attacked Llewellyn after you started playing. It just decided, nah, I don't want to kill you because your playing's nice.
It's because I know the desert.
In my defense, I was
Yes.
blind.
So was I.
So
I
I
was
have
I.
no excuses, and I make no excuses. They attacked us first.
I
Yeah,
wasn't, but I don't like wind that doesn't obey.
There's more to adventuring than hacking and slashing all the things that try to attack us, right?
Oh yeah, I get that, but this was wind, and wind should know its place. It's Garrus's statement. It's just like, no.
That is probably one of the most arrogant things you have said.
Garrus thinks on this. You're probably about right with that. Lahiri, you'd probably know better. Have I said anything more arrogant than that in the past?
You're muted.
Or Rika, you've known me for a while.
I can hardly hear you over the sound of this sandstorm. Sorry.
You think it should be used to it by now. Because as a bonus action, with that storm guide thing that I have,
Mhm.
I can control the direction of the wind in a 100-foot radius sphere centered on me until my next turn. I'm just going to sort of change it so it's blowing in the opposite way, so it's not blowing into us for a while. Well, and just keep doing that as we're moving to give us a bit of peace.
Sure. And as you're doing that, you get closer and closer to that small opening in the canyon as well that you remember. And
Yeah.
you can see the sand is not billowing inside that crevice.
Yeah, let's head inside before we have another dust up.
All right, go ahead. Make your way inside. I
Oh,
mean,
I
like
don't-
literally move your token into it.
Yeah, I don't like the name of this map.
Oh. It still lets go fly a kite.
Nope, it's the sinking canyon.
Oh. Oh no.
Well, I'm just gonna move a little bit to allow people to get through because we're sort of piled on top of each other. I'm just gonna stand over here.
Why are there two Kushans?
Sure.
It's an illusion.
The more the
Yeah.
merrier.
It's the displacement cloak. One's not real.
Exactly.
That's true.
And on top of that, we're in the desert, so you're probably seeing like a mirage of a
Yeah,
third.
Mirajan.
Mirajan, yes. Oh my
That
god.
sounds like that sounds like a Pokemon or a dessert. I can't decide which.
It just sounds like mahjong almost.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's that. Yeah, there is that. I see
Okay.
a little tiny snake up there.
No, I've just got the goose from Kung Fu Panda. Who would take over the restaurant like I took over the restaurant from my father, who took it over from his father, who won it from a friend at a game of mahjong.
That was pretty
Wow,
good.
that was really good.
Yeah.
We are noodle folk. Broth, on Suave.
Really want to watch Kung Fu Panda now. Damn.
Honestly,
Oh,
that's
I
a
miss
series where
Mushi.
that's a series where none of the films disappoint me. I enjoy all three of them.
I still haven't seen the third.
Good.
I like
It's got
the
an
third
Imagine Dragon song in it.
Ooh.
one. Imagine Dragons does add a certain.
It really does. And I wish they'd release it in that style.
What is going on?
But anyway,
Sorry.
back to
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's like, are we on a break?
Tangent.
Yeah. So we. It's a play we went to see once. It's called the Kung Fu Panda. It was fantastic. We did 3 of them. That's how good it was. And we don't have to imagine
bowls
dragons.
of
We're going to go
noodles.
face real ones. It's kind of
Okay,
where we're going.
So I'm going to start moving through this tunnel here.
Okay. Yeah. Certainly can. Though, give me a acrobatics check because in here it starts to get very tight. So it's more to do with flexibility than it is acrobatics, but that comes under the
You know
same
one
thing.
thing about cats? They're liquids.
They are. You
If
see
that fits
Kashan
us,
literally swim through this canyon wall.
It just kind of morphs through it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. And you do end up getting onto the other side if you wish.
Perfect. Yeah, I'll just slip through. And nope.
Okay.
Nope.
Mm.
Let's just...
So before you see a cone shape in the sand that goes down to, well, you can't quite see it. It's buried beneath the sand, but big nope. It looks like a nope area for sure.
Has it been more than a minute since I cast Fast Step at this point?
Took you about 2 or 3 rounds getting there, and then about 3 minutes talking about Kung Fu Panda. So yeah, I'd say so.
It's a
There you
good
go.
play.
In which case, I'm just going to take my flying glaive back from here and just sort of fly over the top and just land behind
I was
Kashan.
going to say, how tall are these walls?
They vary in size, but for the most part, they're pretty damn tall. That's a good thing, however, because above you can still see this sea of sand washing over the top.
Yeah, that
So
does
it's about
hilarious. He just like manipulates the wind out the way as he flies over the top and just drops down.
mhm. I'd say it's at least about 25 foot tall.
Here's the
Tall canyon
thing
wall.
that I'm wondering, is if I go up there, can I use deflect missiles to throw the sand back at the world?
Yes, you can deflect 1 grain of sand.
I'm going to remember that.
I mean, you deflected a barbarian at one point.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Irina, similar situation here as well. The canyon wall turns and
I'm getting to this point, and I'm stopping, and I'm gonna let Candlewick out, and I'm gonna send him round the corner. And if he finds something that's worth investigating, I want him to use like hot to let me know, and cold if we should avoid this way.
That's a game my nan used to play with me, hot and cold. When she got us to find our sweets.
yeah, there is a cold sensation coming from it.
Alright, we don't want to go that way then. Okie dokie.
And then if you come around to this side, it's cold again.
Wait.
I kind of look up.
Cold.
Well, is there a direction that you do want to go in? I swear, if he goes through the exit.
There's
You
a
coward!
there's a puff of smoke.
Alright, well then which one's the least dangerous?
There is no response to that.
Well, which direction do you want to go?
Now that you've asked it which direction it wants to go, it takes either the top or the right.
Wow. Bless you.
All right.
You can hear like a scoffing sound,
Bless you.
almost as the smoke kind of billows around. You can feel the air. You can feel the heat kind of rush around the top of your eyebrows, as if it's rolling your eyes for you.
Don't be a child. You're older than I am. What's down that way?
Sand.
There is a
You
cold
can shape yourself. Don't.
There's a cold reception, but you just see a funnel of smoke.
You know, you're no help sometimes. For someone who wants an adventure.
Thing is, you asked it whether it was dangerous or not. It gave you a yes response, and then you called it a coward. It doesn't have any qualms about
No,
going.
I said if it wanted to go back out, then it was a coward. That's not what I said.
Definitely not. It's definitely not. You feel a stinging pain of fire, as if when you call it a coward.
All right.
Hey, I found something this way. It's a cone of death.
It's a Conan.
Well, Candlewick says that both directions have danger. He seems to want to go this way, but
Oh, Chris, you want
Hey.
to play that game?
Did we want to camp out for a short rest?
I mean, Llewellyn and Carius are looking a bit rough, but
Yeah, I got pretty beat. Surprisingly, none of those attacks were ones that I could just dodge.
Yeah, none of them were an attack where I could absorb the elements or anything. It's just like,
You will not be able to fit a dome inside here.
It's only it's like, how big is the dome? I'm sure it's like 10 by 10.
Yep,
you don't
okay.
necessarily need to use the dome, do you? Just
It is. Yeah, I know.
imagine
That's true. That's true. We don't so long as we're like covered from the storm.
well, the storm doesn't rage in here, is the point.
Well,
It
you've
goes-
got this little pocket over this side as well, anyway.
Yeah, we just need to patch ourselves up.
So if Carius and Llewellyn want to take a little bit of a rest, I can try and squeeze through and help Kushan figure out what's through there.
Yeah, you know what? I'll just fly back over and chill with.
As soon as
Damn
you
it.
fly, did you say you're flying over the canyon?
Yeah, because I can manipulate the wind so the sand doesn't go towards
Yeah,
me. I'm the only one who can. I'm just like, sand? Nope.
Mm-hmm.
Gets
And,
everywhere.
I'll just embrace it.
Nah.
It's a good
Yeah.
exfoliator.
It's not
Kishan, as
I don't
you
like any exfoliation. My skin's flawless.
teeter on the edge here of this little cone,
I wouldn't
ground-
be on the edge. I wouldn't be close to the edge. It's more that I have.
you're on the edge.
It's either a
As soon as
place
you
where
come out of the canyon, you're on the edge.
Okay, right. I'm gonna try and sit in the middle of.
That's fine. But as you get to this edge, anyway, regardless, as you get to this point, it doesn't matter. You're there, right?
Up there.
Stop. All right, that's it. Make me a dexterity saving throw. Oh wait, no, not dex. What am I talking about? This is strength.
I wouldn't be getting close to the edge. Like I wouldn't.
Yeah, it doesn't matter about being on the edge necessarily. This is what's happening. As soon as you get there, a couple of grains of sand seem to slip down, and you can feel you've got steady footing. However, you suddenly see a flurry of sand, and at this point, you do see what looks to be these giant pair of mandibles raise up, and it sifts a load of sand like a digger, and it flings towards you, such that it just completely encompasses you, but it also makes this small little landslide on the side, and your footing becomes precarious. Make me a
Uh,
strength saving throw.
Can I try another way to save out of this? Can I bring out Cheney Dave and try and launch it out towards one of the sides here?
Yeah, that'll be what you would do if you succeed. because you're still using your strength to hoist yourself up. 15. You're in luck. That is just enough. You pull yourself up with the chain, but it doesn't seem to hold on very long. As soon as you hoist yourself up, the chain kind of unravels again. But you manage to make yourself at least a distance between the sand that starts to sort of landslide into the center.
Okay. So I'll make my way back, and Kashan is probably visibly shaken. It's like, you shouldn't be going that way. I think you're muted, Steph.
Oh no, Kirsty, you had to nip off. I was just explaining what happened. Alright. So we're not going that way.
Yes, big circle.
I don't know what this
Him
is.
describing a
That's
big
a
circle
mouth.
in the sand that has a mouth. Does that ring any
Sorry,
bells?
Is
for
that better on
any
your
of us?
teeth?
So,
I mean, yeah, would I know what he's talking about as well?
Yeah, you can both roll me in nature check.
nature.
No,
In fact, it was probably like that. But with
Hmm.
teeth.
terrible. It's not great.
It's better than me.
I'm afraid both of you don't really have any idea of what lurks within these canyons. You've heard perhaps of these canyons, Carius. These are known as the sinking canyons. They're called that because it feels as though every small pocket of sand within it is like sinking sand. However, there is no need for anyone to come here. It is dragon's territory. Though people have said that they've spotted small trinkets and treasures in the sand, those who have sought them out, though, have never returned to tell tales of what could lie here.
So why are we going through the air again?
Well, we've got to go through here to find the blue dragon so that we can negotiate with them. Well, negotiate with them to find out what they want so that we can negotiate with them.
Is there another way?
Yes. There's through this way, and I'm just gonna point.
I meant somewhere that isn't this place.
Probably
really.
not.
This is where the dragons live.
This is their land, technically.
Yeah.
Kashan could use it. I mean, I get my key points back. Health, I don't really care about.
I'm gonna try and squeeze through this little corridor to check what's down on the right, very, very slowly.
Carius' father's here. You're meant to be
Okay.
back at the house.
Irina?
He's just.
Give me an acrobatics check, Irina. Alright.
What?
What do you want?
Acrobatics,
Sorry,
Irina.
acrobatics.
Yes, please.
I'm so unimpressed.
Oh, Irina,
Irina.
that's not bad.
It's very flexible for Irina, as they're able to sort of push their way in. sort
She's
of
mimicking
maneuver
Candlewick as
around,
best she can. Woo!
turning and twisting their torso to get into these tight spaces and not get stuck. And eventually you come into this area here, or you can see it just as you're about to exit. You kind of got this side view of it because your head's like turned to the side like that. You can see a funnel of sand. It's like a cone. And
So it looks like a sinkhole.
it does look like a sinkhole, yes.
Is there
but-
any gap around it?
There's a very, very slim edge you could potentially balance around. But
What's
also, go on.
the walls of the canyon kind of circle it, right?
Exactly.
That looks safer, I'm guessing. Sturdier, I should say. It doesn't look like it's going to crumble away if I touch it.
No. But as
Alright.
Kareth recalls the history of this place, it does feel like this canyon should be taller, and maybe it has sunk into the sand.
Yeah.
Canyon walls can be anywhere between like 300 to 400 foot, whereas this is only 25 foot.
Yeah.
Mm.
What sort of time of day is it? Because we were traveling for quite a while, and then we did the old chase in the sand.
Yeah, it's probably very late.
Oh,
I mean, we
Not
could.
not yeah, enough that there is still sun, but like you'd
But-
spend most of the day traveling. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So we've got time to maybe push on a little bit more before we need to rest, potentially.
Right.
Like, can I tell how far across this thing stretches?
Yeah, you can see on
Like,
the map.
obviously, I can see it's like
15 foot.
15, 20 feet.
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay. And obviously, if it's getting dark, that means there's no light.
There is still light.
But you know what I mean? Once it gets dark, there won't be any light down here.
Right. Sure.
Right. So it's not smart to go through this bit until it's light out, really.
Well, Kara said you could push on a bit.
Before it gets dark.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll just sort of go back to the group then. If my token wants to move. No, my token is stuck on a cliff.
There you go. You're stuck.
Alright, so it's basically one big sort of area that's like one sinkhole from the looks of it. It's about 15 to 20 feet across this area. I think either flying across one at a time or maybe even using the walls around the edge to get across.
Yeah.
Tall are the canyons.
Only like 25 feet.
So it's big enough that I could fly us across if I had to pull him off. Does it
Yeah.
look likely that we'll meet the dragons before the end of this day? Or are we not pushing that far?
We
Well,
don't
we
know
don't
how
know.
far they are.
I know. That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. Like, we're somewhat.
Yeah,
ahead
but we
of-
can't make that estimate
No.
because we don't know.
It's a tough thing.
And at any point, we could either run into the dragons or they could come looking for us, so they could appear at any time. We're in their territory.
They probably couldn't fit into this little space, though.
Yeah,
Well,
but
they could probably just transform.
But it might be a good idea just to move out of this area anyway, because if they do come to this entrance, we've only got 2 exits and neither of them are good.
Yeah.
We'll just do with whatever everyone else is okay doing. I'm happy to. I'm not looking great, but you know.
I thought you guys were short resting.
Yeah,
Well,
but
we'd have to stay here an hour.
yeah, that's an hour.
It's up to you guys.
And Carrius, personally, whilst he's baptized, would rather push on and try to get further to. And considering the sort of time of day it is, if we can push on further, we can long rest, which is
Yeah.
more beneficial.
Yeah.
Alright.
I am going to do this then. I'm going to take that little vial of sand and whatever life is in that and pump myself with false life at level 5.
Yep, and I'm going to cast Healing Word on myself at level 3, I think.
Because I haven't done that before. This is the first time I've used this spell.
Mm-hmm. False life.
Gives me an extra 15.
That's a nice lot of healing.
Yeah.
That was a nice for a healing word. That was really good.
Well, it was 3rd level, but still.
Thank you.
Wait, 3rd level? Oh,
Yeah,
that was yours. Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, what? I get 15?
So how many hit points does that give you,
The
Velen?
It's 1d4 plus 4, so 1 sec. So 1d4.
I mean, aren't we just going to be spending a short rest anyway?
Apparently we're
Well,
not, we're just going to push on.
No, we might as well push on because it's almost long rest time.
So that's
That's-
7 and
Plus 20,
20.
20.
Yeah, but
27.
if we're going to take a long rest, then we could just pop the mansion.
There's
Yeah,
not
but
enough
we're not-
space for it here.
No,
Really?
the mansion we could because
the
that's
mansion
just
we could.
away.
But that's a
But-
24-hour
but
thing.
we're
and that's
But we're
max
not.
spell.
But we're not taking a long rest yet. We
Yeah.
want to try to push it forward as far as we can, then long rest.
Okay.
It's not
Mhm.
quite late enough, so we're
Oh.
just doing this to sustain ourselves a bit before we continue. So
Put that back. It's temporary health.
Oh, okay, yeah, my bad.
Right.
Alright then.
So we've got a choice. We've got a sinkhole over here or a giant bitey sinkhole over here.
Considering how rough you guys look, sinkhole minus the bitey.
Yeah. Let's go that way, and we can try to we can glaive over one at a time.
But
Sinkhole or sinkhole with teeth?
But
Sinkhole.
I don't know if there's going to be another teethy monster within the other one.
No.
I mean,
Well, there's only
was
one
it
way to find out.
was it a similar kind of circle? I'll kind of describe the top one, and I'm assuming it's exactly the same.
It's like a sinkhole. The big hole in the ground and sand goes in.
And teeth come out?
I didn't see any teeth.
That's probably because it was still waiting for me in the other one.
Well, then you can go first and find out.
Yeah.
I guess I'm the one with multiple lives. I've got to put them to good use anyway.
I kind of figured it was because you're the fastest.
Oh yeah, that too.
Also, you seem to be able to get in and out of there pretty easy.
Right. Okay. Feel free to follow me then, I guess.
Wait. We're just gonna walk in there?
Well, we're gonna.
I'm
I
going
see
to
you,
run
Snake.
over it.
Well, if you say there was a thing with teeth in the sand...
No, the other one.
No, hold on, let me... A lot of things in the sand sense vibration,
Get out of here with that snake.
so if you're walking on the sand, it might still sense you.
So are you
Wow.
thinking climb up and use maybe...
I just don't think our feet should be on the ground.
Well, I can fly two of us, but I can't fly all the group.
Well, I
mean-
can cast fly on one person.
So that's three of us that can fly.
What are you doing?
There's a poisonous snake that was trying to get us. Overvelen told the dead.
So here's one thing that maybe you could do. So if how many people are we able to fly? So carriers can get 2, Andy can get 1. So that would be both of you, or just you? Is it you and one other, or just you?
No, just me.
Just you. Okay, so
I
that's
can only
4
use
of
it
us.
once. Because it's a violent thing.
I can probably outrun it.
There's that.
I can
Also, can I see you, lizard?
God damn it.
But considering how light you are on your feet, Kushan, you practically glide across the ground anywhere. Might not notice you.
Well, this is what I was thinking, and if yeah.
Wait, so who's taking who again?
We haven't decided who's taking who yet. I'm just going to glaive someone, probably Lahiri, because I'd rather
Yeah.
not-
I was about to say.
Irene,
And then
can you fly?
Nope. And I can't dimension door because my spells are used up.
so how big does this sinkhole look?
It's
15
quite
foot
big.
across.
Is
It's quite
across. So is it not a matter of we can just be ferried across by carriers one by one?
Well,
Say.
there is one other option.
Because all I've got left that can do fly or above, like polymorph, is 6th level. Because I want to save my 7th for.
There is one other option. If I can get through there and you're within range of me, I can teleport us all across.
That's. Yeah. You're having the fun, Chris.
I've got nothing else to do while you guys discuss.
So I think what we should Lahiri, you come with me. The rest of you wait here. Apart from Kashan, you can probably run. Andy, maybe fly yourself. And just so we're reducing the amount of people on the ground, and then I'll teleport the other across. And that should. Yeah. So Carius is going to get Lahiri on his glaive, fly up, manipulate the wind around him, and just fly to the other side, just hovering above the ground, not actually on the ground. So he shouldn't be set.
Natural. Whip yourself.
I can't get my
Very well.
there. So Carius is floating above the sand pitch, not actually on the sand.
Mhm.
So
Understood.
with Lahiri on the glaive as well.
Oh, man. Just
And,
spit acid. Anyway, go ahead. So you try to get Lahiri across with your glaive, yep?
Yep, so I'm just going to fly straight across to the other side.
Okay. As soon as you get to here,
It's going to spell us, isn't it, somehow?
I need you to make a strength saving throw as a pair of mandibles sink up from the sand and literally crane up a ton of sand into the air. And it buffets you and knocks you around, and you are holding on for dear life. Oh boy. Whereas Lahiri, fingers crossed,
Hey!
he
Nice.
holds on to the glaive of flying, but Carius,
Carius is
you are
focused.
knocked off. I'm going to have everyone roll initiative.
Fuck. I mean,
I tried. I didn't think it would pick us up if we were flying over it.
It seems as though it can see, but we'll find out. Lahiri and a lizard, why not?
Okay, 2 seconds. And the lizard.
Just thinking, before we start a combat,
Mm-hmm.
do we want to use that as a short break before we start another combat?
Of
Do you
course.
need a break?
No, I was just thinking it'd be a good time, because if we get into the middle of the combat and then we want a short break in like half an hour, we're going to be in the middle of the combat.
It won't be that long.
Yeah.
Okay, right, we'll take a short break. All right.
Okay, so
We'll be right back in 5 minutes, and we'll see if these poor tieflings can make it out of this strange pit with mandibles. The Sarlacc pit. It's a mini Sarlacc.
Yep.
All right.
Be right back.
Mm-hmm. All right. Welcome back. So, Karis, holding his sister aloft on the glade of flying, tries to precariously make it across the pit. Just at the moment you get over the halfway mark, you see a massive heap of sand hoisted into the air, and as it pushes you guys nearly off, Lahiri kind of swings around and is holding onto the glaive. But Karis, you get buffeted off, and you begin to fall toward the pit.
Yep.
And it is, I believe, just about your turn.
Yep. Okay. I realised that there's sort of like this curve of the canyon bit, but can I see any of the other parts of this, Sean? As I'm falling.
Huh?
Sorry, say that again?
I know there's like a weird curve of the canyon here, which makes it sort of tricky, but can I see any of the other party or just Kashan?
You just Kashan.
Okay.
If you can't see your party through your token's vision,
Yeah.
that's what the vision is there to set up, is to basically answer those kind of questions.
Okay, I just thought I'd confirm because I know it's a weird curve. And...
Mm-hmm.
Right, so I'm falling, but would I have time to either with my hand or my tail reach out to grab Lahiri?
No, you have fallen.
Okay, in which case, I sort of look over to Kashan and be like, well, I was planning to save this for later, but scatter, and I'm just going to teleport us, all three of us, to the other side.
All right, I'll do it.
I can't move either of their tokens, so I'm just going to teleport them over near
A
me.
big old spell.
Yep.
You're taking Kashan over there with you, yeah? Okay.
Unless
you can
want to,
land.
can.
Yeah.
But yeah. So I'm just like,
Okay.
that didn't
Alright.
quite go to plan, but at least everyone's alive so far.
Everyone hears a rushing wind on the other side of that canyon, and yeah, Lahiri's probably let out a small scream as well.
Well, that can't be good.
Should we go check on them?
Oh,
You
Maybe.
probably heard a Kashan whelp.
Well.
it sounds like there are teeth in this sand as well.
Oh no.
If I peek around the corner, do I see it?
We're kind of in combat still, so we'll just say,
Oh,
Andy, we'll go around real quick. So, Andy, what do you want to do? Did you hear like Lahiri scream?
go back to
She's probably still going to cast fly on herself.
Okay. All right.
But that's probably about it. She'll probably like etch a bit closer, but not like right up to the gap yet.
Okay. All right. And then Kashan, you just kind of landed in a bit of a heap. Lahiri's just like looking around, trying to figure out where she's disappeared. She's still holding onto the glaive of flying. Cameron?
Did you say it was my turn? Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. Right, so we've pooped across. Okay. So we don't want to go through the deathway, so I'm going to try go. It would be nice if I wasn't stuck at a wall. This way.
Oh no. The lighting's bad, but I think there's a bigger one of them up there.
At this point, Kashan, you begin to realize you are inside a massive nest. Something.
Yeah.
Something. In fact, roll me a perception check at this point, Kashan. Nice. On the ground in front of you, there seems to be some sort of husk. It's a body of perhaps some sort of mammal. Can't quite tell what it is because it's sort of shrunken and shriveled slightly, almost as if its innards have been sucked out. But yeah, it's sort of just laying there on the ground.
There's a dead guy this way.
Best you can make out as if it was some sort of like maybe mole or
Which way do we want to go? If I go left, then well, we're going to suffer the same chompy that we suffered before. Or if I go ahead, there's a dead guy already, so there's probably not going to be good news.
Well, you're probably the one most likely to be able to escape, so you could scout ahead.
I can give it a go. Very well. I'll start moving on ahead.
half movement through here. Roll me an acrobatics check as well. Okay, yeah, you make it through. And it's gonna end your turn, I think. Alright.
Really?
Unless, well, that's more of your movement done.
25. Well, that's only 50 feet of movement.
That's they took you an extra 15
Yeah, that's
to get through.
sorry, that yeah, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 feet of movement, double it to 50.
Okay.
No, it's
And,
not, because you're on full movement.
Yeah, I was going to say, I still have another 50 because I didn't move, so feline agility.
Okay. Yeah, that there you go.
Ooh. But do I want to move through there? I'm going to climb up the side of this about
Mhm.
5-10 feet, and I'm going to bring out both of the sickles and I'm going to dig them into the wall like ice climbing picks, and I'm going to
Okay.
hang there.
All right then.
No clue what's going. It's all dark.
Here is go. She's just gonna move up into here, see if she can make it through. Yeah, she's quite dexterous, and she manages to make her way through. And I also just realized I forgot the actual turns of these things. That's all right. He was over there. What about this one? Nope, he's over there. Cool. So, Llewellyn's go.
Hi, this is gonna be weird. Would it take an action to test Irina's weight in terms of trying to lift?
Yeah, I'm gonna say.
Not actually lifting, just testing. Like, when you go to pick someone up and you sort of like, is this heavy sort of thing?
Okay, sure.
How bloody dare you?
Like, can I make a
Yeah.
can I make a strength, but not actually for lifting?
I'll say you can just make a free action to test out
Yeah,
weight.
yeah, that basically just because
Sure.
I have an idea. Can
Okay.
So what would I need to do about that? In terms of
Don't roll anything. Just you have an estimate of how much Irina weighs.
just like don't like you can trust me on this. So Andy's flying as well.
Correct.
Do you want to grab Irina's hand? And I'll grab her other hand and I'll cast fly on myself, and we're gonna basically both, well, with Andy's permission.
It's that thing parents do with their kids where they
Yes.
take one hand and 1, 2, 3, wee!
And we're gonna basically try and carry Irina over, the two of us, if Andy's okay with that.
Where are you planning on flying, by the way?
Obviously, we're gonna go. Well, this way. Do we want to
There's
go
a
this way?
canyon wall between you and that.
I know. I'm just judging now before we actually do it.
I've never carried anything heavier than a kitten.
Well, she'll only feel like the size of a kitten if we halves it.
That was only the intention to steal it.
I want a pet, okay? I wasn't allowed one
Just
because we
for
couldn't
everyone,
feed it.
Should we attempt that then? See if we
just
can.
for everyone's clarity, because I've said it a few times, but I think it's been forgotten. Above you, you don't see real sky. You see what looks to be a waterfall of sand going horizontal.
Yeah,
That's the best way to describe it.
Just imagine a ceiling.
I know.
Yeah, of sand, just like.
We need to go through here or here first, depending on which way we want to go. So, if we're working on it as a team on this, the three of us, which way do we want to go? And
My problem is that I am not a strong person. I am a dexterous person. If something goes and attacks us, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to help you get her out of the way.
yeah, neither am I.
It's alright, I'll take that risk.
I just figured if there's two of us doing it, it'd be a lot easier than one of us trying to just haul her over our shoulder and flying.
I mean, I don't think she'll fit over my shoulder.
We don't have a lot of...
No, we don't.
all we can do is try to time it right and go as fast as we bloody well can.
And maybe around the edge, so not right over the top.
This sounds very risky, but
It's going to be risky.
Sometimes you've just got to roll with it.
Yeah.
Roll the dice, take a chance,
screw it. She just like holds her hands out to Irina.
Yeah. Which way?
I am the mighty owl bear. I'm not meant to fly, but I'm gonna try it anyway.
It's like in the Aristocats, and so wasn't it? Think goose, no, think owlbear.
Owlbears can't fly.
So
Reverse owlbear.
Think bear owl.
Reverse owlbear.
So we actually need to go through one of these ways. Which way do we want to go first, though?
The way the others went.
Okay, so we'll go this way.
I said we've just got to time it right.
So we get to like.
So you're flying with Irina.
In the middle.
Yeah.
Through
Well, we need to get through here first. So I'm gonna cast.
Okay, roll me. All right, you're trying to get through there. Roll me an acrobatics check, Evelyn.
Because we're gonna have to go through here anyway.
All right.
Acrobatics. This is gonna be terrible. It's 11.
It's a bit of a tricky squeeze. I'm going to say, Llewellyn, you're stuck.
I'm stuck.
Oh, if only I was there, I could have drop kicked him through.
Fine, we're all going together. Push.
You can make an acrobatics check again, but it will cost you your action.
Yeah. Oh god, we're gonna have to do it next turn. Fine. Not
You're
fine.
still stuck. You're stuck there, man. It's a really tight place, and you look down, you realize you've got your foot entangled between two rocks, and it just almost feels like a pair of mandibles in their own right. But you realize you've just kind of come in at a wrong angle, and now you're jammed.
I turn around and I look at them and I go, the plan is still sound. Implicating? Doing it is different.
Okay.
But the fancy word for doing it, I can't remember what it was.
Implementing.
Implementing, that's it. It went.
Carius, you
Theory and
feel a
execution.
tremor in the ground. Suddenly, something emerges from that cone. At the very bottom, the mandibles rise up and sift and turn, kind of drill its way through the ground. And then you hear this kind of almighty roar. It's more like a screech than a roar. And you see a armored, chitinous, insectoid creature begin to look around and tries to push the sound out of its eyes. And it aims straight towards you, Carius. And as it opens up this set of sharp-like teeth, you see dribbling acid build up and spit towards you.
Well, that's not good. Oh no. I don't remember what those are called.
What the?
Oh no, I changed my mind. I'm going back.
I need you to roll a. Well, it should just do it automatically. Let's find out what happens though.
That's 50 Shades of Fuck that.
You got a 13 on the save, which is just barely a fail. And you take 16 points of acid damage.
No, I don't.
Oh, you're not? Okay, well, what are you doing?
I'm hoping that I have this spell prepared. I do, and I've still got a first level spell slot left, and I'm pretty sure this works on acid damage. Acid counts as an energy type for the purpose of absorb elements, right?
It does.
Yep. So I'm casting absorb elements to halve that.
Nice.
Well played.
So I need to re-add on 8 HP, right? Because
Yeah, let's take half from that. It could be a button. Hold on, let me just check.
Because I think it's already applied.
Yeah, I'm just looking for the half button.
But if you hover over it it says click to apply full damage, click to apply half damage. but
There we
I
go,
think-
done.
Well,
you
I
get-
don't. I think it already. I was higher than that, so I think it did the 16 before.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes,
but then I've clicked heal
Yeah,
8.
but it didn't. It
Oh,
damaged
then, okay.
8, so I'll
Alright.
just so I'll just add.
Yeah, you should be on 36.
Yeah, so I put
Yeah.
myself on 36.
Alrighty, cool. Alright then, that's gonna... Well, it's not gonna end its turn. What it will do after that is burrow back down into the ground using its movement.
Exactly what I thought.
Spooky
these
bitch
bloody
uses dig.
Irina. You can hear Llewellyn crying out that they are stuck.
Not crying. Well.
Crying. Tears. Hoping that the tears turn the sand to mush that you can freeze away.
Okay, well.
Okay.
Okay, we know that obviously there's sand on the ceiling. Well, sand is the ceiling sort of thing.
Yeah.
But is there sort of like a gap between that and the top of these walls, or is it covering some of them?
The canyon does open up a bit, but there is no gap big enough to fly, otherwise the sand would...
Does it look like there would be maybe like crawl space?
No. In fact, the only time you would see open air is completely covered by sand. But the sandstorm is pushing through every nook and cranny it can. The only reason it's not affecting you guys is because you're down right in the tiny cramped areas below. So if you go up there, you're subject to the sandstorm.
Mm.
Just super quick question to everyone here: that wall of stone, who can cast that apart from druids?
Wizards,
I wanna
probably?
Probably.
I want to
Wizards.
say
Oh,
I
if
think
only we
technically
had-
sorcerers can. But,
If only we had
yeah,
a wizard.
druid, sorcerer, and wizard.
There you go.
We did at one point have a staff that cast Wall of Stone.
Mm.
Alright.
Just realised I've still not discussed with
Yeah.
Llewellyn about resistances and magic items because I've still got like 2 slots free. He has lots of magic items. Need to do that at some point.
Okay. Alright, well the first thing I'm going to do is go over and help Llewellyn. Because we're not getting
Okay.
anywhere if he's blocking the tunnel.
Sure.
Thanks, FedEx.
If you want to help him, I'll say, Llewellyn, you can make an acrobatics check with advantage.
This is going to be funny. What is it? Shift acrobatics.
Nice.
Oh,
Alright.
oh, yeah, that does actually.
Irina, already having traversed this little angle here before, she manages to pull you back the way you came, and then over the top. Whoops, that's a massive throw. Anyway, yeah, you do make it out. You're no longer grappled.
Yay! Does that push me through then?
On your turn, it would, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Unless, Irina, you want to push him through with the rest of your movement. It'll cost you double, though.
Yeah, might as well. We've got to try and get across this anyway, so we've got to try and get through here. And
You can get him to about here. Huh. Llewellyn, you let Irina pushing you?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So you make it to the very edge of the pit here.
I'm not pushing him all the way through though, because
Uh,
we're
here
waiting.
you
We're
go.
waiting for Andy. So, because obviously I've been this way already, so I know how much space there is here.
Yeah, yeah. All right.
And obviously, if I know this huge thing is there,
There's also a lizard in this tiny crevice, and it gums you. Like literally, it's like, "Meow," and does nothing. All right. It's holding on for dear life.
And I basically want to hold an action in case this thing, whatever it is, does jump up and spot us. I kind of want to hold create bonfire and pop it kind of like in the sort of top right area here, if it comes up as like a distraction technique.
Okay.
But that's my turn.
All right, Carius.
Right. Carius is obviously going to use half his movement to stand back up. Because I was prone. At least, actually, I fell and teleported. Would I have been prone?
I'm gonna say you got back up with that
Yeah.
because you can teleport onto your feet.
Yeah. I saw roughly where it went into the ground, so now that I've seen it, do I know anything about these sort of creatures? Like now that
Yeah, I'm gonna say no.
Okay.
God, I'm going from your earlier nature check. You have no idea what these things are.
Yeah. Okay. Which case, let's. Whilst it could seemingly see, none of those are going to work for this. I'm going to weirdly, like roughly where it was. I'm where it sort of popped up from, as low down into the ground as I can get it. I am going to. Interesting that it doesn't ask me for a template. Interesting. I'm going to cast Shatter. But I'm going to be aiming like the. So I'm trying to get it, but then I'm trying to aim the Shatter so it's more over towards like this direction, if that makes sense. So I'm trying to basically lure it like something over that way has done this rather than where we are. That.
Okay.
And then I'm just going to sort of hover up on my glaive, give a little salute to the others, and then just sort of move over a bit more.
All right. The sound of this explosive spell shatters throughout and echoes throughout the canyon walls. And further beyond, in fact, I think Kashan, you'd also hear the sounds of kind of like tremors and bursting of sounds coming from within.
I cannot move through this gap. I'm trying.
Nope. Roll me an acrobatics check.
I'm. Well, with Karis's case, because I would still be on my glaive unless my sister took it with her. I'm just going to fly up, manipulate the wind, and fly down because I can.
Okay. If you do that, because I kind of got off scot-free last time, but I should say that in order to do that, I would like you just to make me a strength saving throw anyway, because I know you can manipulate the winds, but just so you can stop the whole thing buffeting you completely.
Ah, god damn it.
Okay. Only because you're able to manipulate winds, the DC is like nothing.
Yeah.
So you do make it up and over, but just bear in mind for everyone else, if you try that, the DC would be way, way higher. So it's just to make sure you don't botch, is it really? Okay, Carius, you fly up into a smaller gap.
Yeah.
And you can see Lahiri and Kashan ahead of you.
I actually can't. Oh, I can if I move there. I can see Lahiri at least.
Okay.
Yeah, the light.
Looks like they've made it for a really tight space.
Okay.
You can get to there and you probably see it better.
Yeah. It's just trying to move amongst here is kind of tricky. I can't. What? Yeah. So I'm just sort of hovering on my glaive there.
Okay. All right then. Let's go to this thing. Oh yeah. Which one is it? That's all the way down here. Yeah, well, he can't do much. All right. Or can he? Actually, yeah. He's gonna start digging. Andy, your turn.
Well, she's going to move up next to Irina.
Mhm.
I don't know, because she's going to need both her hands, so she's going to have to help pick up Irina and move her. So there's not really much she can do if she's going to help Irina move across this, if we're still going to carry her.
Yeah, one hand each.
Yeah,
Free hand.
she's tiny and she's not strong, though, so that's the thing. She's going to need both her hands to do it. So I'm a bit reluctant to hold an action, to be honest, because otherwise that means she's having to put something in her hands.
Okay, if we do this, grab an ankle each. Then I have 3 hands.
Okay. She'll hover down low enough to take an ankle in her hands.
Or we just haul her onto our shoulders so she's sat on either one shoulder each.
That's not as sturdy.
Like a chair. But swinging ankles is sure.
I mean, it means she can still use her hands and cast and things
Which
like
is the
that.
point.
So it makes sense, actually.
Yeah,
Do you want the headband for your hair?
Well, no, because it'll be hanging downwards. It's fine.
Exactly. It might try and tom it off.
I really want this to work.
And it'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Okay.
I'm literally gonna try and tuck it all down like the back of her coat. Or, you know, like a scarf.
You must have more strength than I do, though. I have a +0 to my strength.
+0.
Okay, so
She's tiny, so you know, grabbing Irina's ankle, she's gonna need 2 hands.
Even
for
if it was
so.
reversed, I have a 0 in strength.
Yeah,
Too, so
so-
either way, it would have been one of us.
But yeah, she'll kind of like hover down, so her feet are almost like higher than her arms, and she just takes an ankle.
And you see like a happy smiley face on each shoe.
Oh.
It probably looks
Hand-drawn.
yeah, because the smiles are
About that.
so she can see them, aren't they? So yeah, she'll probably see them smiling. It's not going to be upside down for her.
Motivational shoes.
What are these weird symbols on your shoes?
Your smiley faces.
They're magical runes.
do you ever wash your feet? Oh god.
No, it's a case of like, you know, if you're on the road for a really long time by yourself,
Oh,
sometimes
no.
you need motivation to keep going. Like, yeah, you got this. Smiley faces on my feet, you know?
This is the chaotic stupid I love.
I mean, I don't normally wear shoes, but okay.
It was my mother's idea, okay?
Fair.
I
Ah.
quite like them.
But yeah, that's
And
all
you-
she's going to really do. She's just going to grab an ankle.
And you're thinking of Castaway, where he talked.
You
Cast
can
away,
if
thank
want-
you.
You can, if you want, hold your action to dash, so that
Yeah,
you can
but-
move on Llewellyn's turn with him.
Is that going to work if the Venom's not got the same action held?
It's coming up to his turn, so when it comes around to his turn and he moves, you'll move with him, basically.
I guess because it will be half movement because we're carrying her anyway. It would equal it out.
Well,
Well, I'll
you've got the
say
same
because you're both carrying her. I'll
Okay.
say you can move it
All
normal.
right. Then, yeah, hold dash then.
Okay, so you're gonna hold her action to dash.
Nice.
I'm also holding a few actions elsewhere, but that's nothing to worry about. Kishan, your turn.
Okay. So I will turn around to
The here.
Lahiri and Carius and say, should I push on? How are the others doing?
I can't see them from here. I hope they're okay.
When I saw them, it looks like they may have got stuck for a few minutes, but I've tried to blast the creature and move it away. Whatever it is, it spits acid, so that's
Oh.
fun.
Oh
I
goodness.
literally like to think that Irina's currently doing like a handstand and Llewellyn and Andy have one ankle each ready to go.
In
Uh,
that
um,
I'm not even cast fly yet.
by
Also, something else you would notice if you lift up Irina is there is actually a lizard hanging on to like their the sleeve of their like trouser leg.
Excuse me, it missed.
It did. It's just there. That's the reason it missed is because it bit into your leg, into your clothing, and not into your flesh.
Okay.
okay, if Lahiri's with me, I'll move with her to keep her safe. So I'll start pushing through. I have nowhere to go. Okay, there we go. Moving through the rock instead, in pure liquid form.
I see. I see. Yep. Go ahead. You want to get up to here?
Yeah, I'm moving with Lahiri,
Okay.
and I want to use my bonus action. Hear me out. I want to be protecting Lahiri purely. So can I use my defensive state with her?
Oh, you mean like dodge?
Effectively, I want to.
She's dodging most of the time anyway, but yeah.
Yeah, I just want to cover her, so anything that's in front of us should go for me.
Okay.
Cool. Perfect.
Alright. She's dodging. Lavelle.
Right. So I'm holding on to this ankle, foot in our faces, and I'm casting fly on myself.
Alright. And you want to fly over
Yes, that's it. Around the edge. Around the edge.
around the edge you go. Alright. You make it to the other side, unabated.
Okay. Okay, good. And we're gonna have to land and try and get through here, aren't we? So
You can do that on your movement.
yeah.
Well, at least we'd have to put Irina down. The Stu could still keep hovering above, I suppose.
Nah, we'll just drag her through by her ankles.
Turn her side onto me to you.
We'll lower her so her hands and she'll just
maneuver through the tunnel.
Try not to bonk her head on the cliff face.
It's like
Just
over the sofa.
hands through. Pivot.
No.
Pivot. Shut up.
As I say, the canyon is slightly wider the higher you go, but the higher you go, obviously, the more sand gets in your face. So
To the right. No,
Okay.
It's
my
fine. I'll
other
have
right.
my hands like ready to sort of crab walk my way through if it gets
Well,
dangerous to my
so
person.
you have two options of them. You can either take the acrobatic check or the strength saving throw
For what, sir?
to get through this section of canyon.
I'll go for acrobatics because it's a little better.
So you try to stay low as possible, and as you get lower, the canyon does twist and turn. Go ahead.
It's all right. Watch this as I get stuck again.
+3, Llewellyn.
Oh,
Hey,
12
wait,
is a...
+3?
No, not +3.
I'm joking.
Is it +3?
Okay. Yeah, you get jammed again. But you have got this far, but this is as far as you've got. Karis is right in front of you, and that's gonna end your turn.
This is fine.
Okay. All right, let's see if this recharged. It didn't. You're in luck. Okay. However, there is a rumbling sound, and Andy, behind you, you see this thing emerge, and it snaps its mandibles around. Realizing you're up above, it's instead going to again shovel a load of sand into the air and make
Still
this.
technically holding my action.
Yeah, you can fire right now if you want, or whatever.
It was
What would
create
you-
bonfire in this corner, sort of. Well, it's on his token now, but
Hmm.
it's like the
Okay.
top right-hand corner of that token.
Okay.
My sheet has closed itself. Hold on.
Dex save, yeah. What? You got a 16. I think that's a save, isn't it? So what's your spell save DC?
I'm blind. Where is it?
Should be at the bottom of your spell page.
18.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, I've maxed out charisma.
Yeah, you have. In that case, the fire erupts as it's emerging, and it seems to be, well, having a hard time getting out of the way of it. Takes 12 points of fire damage. And Andy's out of reach of the mandibles, and it doesn't seem to have its acid ready. So it will shovel this stand up and into the air with its mandibles. And I'd like Andy to give me... You're not holding on to anything. But I'm going to say give me a concentration check.
Oh, no.
Is it just an ability check or a save? I'm guessing it's a save.
It's a constitution saving throw.
Yeah.
DC 10. Yeah, cool.
Oh, that's fine.
All right. So you're getting buffeted around and you're getting blinded by the sand and it's pushing you down, but you're able to hold yourself aloft magically. And that's all you need to keep your mind on. The lizard, however, let's see what happens. He's holding on to Irina. Oh, this lizard's coming for the ride. All right, let's see if we can make it to the end. It's holding on by its gums for dear life.
How big is this lizard?
The tiny creature.
Okay, that's fine.
I shall agree.
Irina, you're go again.
All right. Well, if I can see this lizard, that's Andy's sheet. I don't want that. Hold on.
You can see the lizard.
Okay.
What about it?
Blow it up. No.
You could turn it into a bomb, I guess.
No, I've got. I've got an empty jar from this caramelized honey. Kind of want to stuff the lizard in there.
If you want, you can. Roll me.
Does it seem aggressive? I mean, it did try to bite me.
It's holding on for dear life with its gums.
Okay.
It looks flailing around. It looks helpless.
All right.
If you want to
Alright,
put it
I'm
in
gonna-
Impressive.
I'm gonna grab hold of it.
Okay.
Squeaky toy.
Give me a strength athletics check just to see if you can grab onto it and put it in.
An athletics check for a tiny
Yeah, 'cause
creature.
It's a grapple.
Contested.
It's a grapple check, so yeah. Okay. 13. Alright. Yeah, you grabbed it. It's literally helpless. Like you say, it's a squeaky toy in your hand.
Okay. And I'm gonna look at it and feel bad for it, and then just kind of tuck it in one of my many pockets of my coat.
With the rest of the trinkets.
And just give it a pat.
It looks out from the pocket and it doesn't make any attempt to jump out either. It just sort of sits there with its claws over the edge of the pocket looking around.
Just be like, don't bite or I'm gonna drop you.
It gives you shifty eyes.
I mean it. If it bites me, I'm letting it go to its death. I don't care.
Okay.
And I assume that's my turn.
Yeah, that's your turn, I think. Carry it. Oh, yeah. Something else as well, Evelyn just remembered.
Yeah.
As you come into this area, yeah, you can see it. This was its held action going off. Roll me a dexterity saving throw, Llewellyn.
Why didn't we just come this way in the first place?
Well, that shatter certainly made a loud noise.
It did. Sorry, say that again.
wait.
Wait, am I
Hold on,
rolling?
you're rolling a DC.
There you go.
Ooh, you rolled a 5.
No,
Okay.
you rolled a 5.
Yep, because we've got automation on to make this quicker. So I'm afraid, Llewellyn, you take 16 points of acid damage.
No, you
You
take 16 points of acid. God damn it.
Okay, that is, unless you want to use your reaction or anything, like absorb elements. No, you don't have that. Never mind. Okay, go ahead and roll me a concentration check.
Oh.
That's a
Mhm.
rogue warlock.
DC 10.
concentration. Come on!
Nice.
Oof. Oof, indeed. All right.
It's just all bad rolls.
It
Today.
has been a little bit shoddy, but what can you do? So, This line of acid spews forth from it, all over you, getting into every. I love doing this. Look at it; it's great. So yeah, it's covering your eyes, burning away your face. It's terrible, and you lose concentration on fly. You don't really move any further though, because you're still stuck. So you kind of just get into an even more uncomfortable angle as you feel the rest of your body slump into the vice. Okay, we're back to Carius.
Right.
This place is horrible.
Yep. So I can't see any of them from where I am, so I'm just going to try to continue to move through this gap as best I can.
Okay. Yeah, give me an acrobatics check.
Yeah, I'm not going to try to fly over the...
Okay.
So...
Oop.
Yeah, I get stuck.
Yeah, you get stuck.
Well, then you know what's going to happen? This gap's not going to be as big anymore.
Alright.
What?
What's happening?
Shrinking the gap?
Thunderstep.
Okay, cool.
Which
you-
I blast apart the area.
Yeah, you thunder damage the canyon once again. Do you want to get over to... You can go how far? 30 foot.
90 feet.
Woo, boy. You want to go around up to Kashan, or...
Yeah, basically, I'm going to join Kashan.
Okay. Bam. Kashan, you see Carius here right next to you.
Sentinel.
No, stop.
Just sort of look at you and I'm just like, really?
Okay.
What? I'm making sure she's safe.
True, but...
And
I actually don't know.
You can't just
Unbeknownst-
appear out of nowhere and not expect me to do anything.
I mean, that's literally what I do. You should be used to this by now. Can't you, like, get my scent or something?
unbeknownst to you
That's
guys, an antlion suddenly emerges where your little hidey resting place was, which is what was coming, but you decided not to take a rest in the end. So we skip that, guys. Go and go to Andy.
Oh,
I mean, she's still got fly. I'm guessing she's still clutching hold of one of Irina's ankles.
Yeah.
She can't really do anything with her hands in that sense, unless she drops Irina.
I mean, Lavellan's dropped anyway, so you might as well.
You can
Okay.
still hold on to Irina, but you'd be moving at half pace.
Yeah, I can't do anything without my hands though. So I'm gonna have to put her down,
Okay.
and then she'll put up her hood and just shoot one of her star arrows at this thing behind her.
Okay. Roll damage.
You have to get the sheet up. Next one along.
Roll yeet damage.
Sorry, we had to reload the page.
Okay.
This thing's gonna be in here. Can't read.
Egg.
Too far away.
It's that one.
Yeah.
I need to click the doobly-doo so you can see.
Woo! Damn, that's nearly enough to turn it back to the Astral Sea. That's a lot of unavoidable damage. The Yankeg is pelted with these mystical arrows, and as they pierce through its hide, you see acid sort of spilling out of its body. It is very, very badly wounded from that.
And she'll kind of like, just as an added little back off, mate, she'll almost like scream at it.
Alright. Yeah, that wasn't good for it.
I would have thought it would be like.
Yeah, she's
Then
literally trying to go, oh, I'm not scared of you, back off, mate.
okay, meanwhile at the front, Velen, this thing is needs to climb up. Yeah, seeing you've just been grappled by the canyon, it's going to burrow its way up through the earth. It doesn't look like it's climbing. It looks like it's digging through it. And as it emerges out of its little sand pit, it is quite stuck in here. Like, it's squeezing to get into there. But it can take a bite of you. So, here it comes. Oh, you're lucky. All right. You're able to quickly lift away and position yourself that its mandibles only clash with the canyon wall. Okay, Kashan.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That should actually be +6 more to Andy's damage. If it's +1 per dart.
That's true, actually.
So that should be 31.
Oh, okay, Andy. In that case, then, as you see this thing reeling backwards, it starts to, as I mentioned, the acid kind of pouring from its own body starts to melt it away, and it falls back into its hole, burrowing and you think it's like digging its own grave, perhaps, but it doesn't seem to.
Good chat,
Yeah.
Llewellyn.
Okay,
Jamie. That's one.
all right, Kashan.
The player version of Llewellyn.
Why would I do?
The more annoying version of
You
Llewellyn.
said about the damage.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's 74 + 1 for some reason. Like what?
Okay. So for me, I will move this way, as this seems to be the only option around.
Yep, you get through that little gap, no problem. Actually, looks like the gap is slightly wider than the others.
That was 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I'm gonna hold there and wait for my companions before I move
Okay.
anywhere.
The Hiri is right behind you.
Yeah, bonus action. Action is going to be dodge.
Okay.
No. Action is going to be if something attacks us, I'm going to attack it.
Okay.
Right, grab.
Unfortunately, should I go with the dodge? As an Ankeg immediately emerges from this hole and spits acid in your direction, the Hiri takes cover, but you're subject to a dex save. See,
That's fine.
you make it, taking nothing.
Yep.
Well, cool. Let's undo that damage real quick. There we go. Cool. All right. You just take a page out of Lahiri's book and duck behind the wall, and you see it melting
Curiosity,
away,
does it count as a projectile?
and not one you can deflect.
I was going to say, okay.
Yeah.
Can I use my
But-
key to do?
But if you were an astral monk, you could.
Oh, fair.
I think.
Cool.
So it's one of their features.
Okay. Llewellyn.
Is it an action to squeeze out of here?
Yeah, because you're stuck.
But there's a big monster in front of me.
Should have rolled better.
That's
Even
not
now
how
you
this
turn on
works.
the monster.
It's not how this works. You can't just say gotta roll better. You rolled for me. That wasn't me.
No, that was for the acid.
Oh wait, yeah. I'm gonna pat it on its mandibles, and this is my 6th level spell, and I'm gonna have to polymorph it into, why not, a lizard, a tiny little lizard.
Polymorph.
Just gonna be like, get off.
Oh. Okay. Yeah. You turn it into one of these boys.
Yeah.
Get rid of that. You
Yeah.
see, as this mandible turns into a small gummy lizard, it just looks around, licks its eyeballs for a bit,
It's like,
and then gets distracted.
sorry, Irina, I kind of had to deal with the situation ahead. You're gonna have to push me if you can. Again.
Push me. All right,
Keep pushing.
Irina, it's your go.
I'm sorry. You come deal with the big thing that I just dealt
Like, what is the matter with you? For someone who was testing my weight earlier, you can't even get through a tunnel without getting stuck.
I keep standing on the rock and then my ankle slips into spots they can't get back out of.
Uh-huh. Blame the rocks.
And are you like berating him upside down at this point as well?
Technically.
Stop
So yeah, I'm just sort of handstand, leaning one foot, and I'm just gonna push Llewellyn with my feet.
This is all kinds of idiotic.
Oh, okay, go ahead, Evan. Make an acrobatics check with advantage.
This is stupid to visualize. With advantage.
Yeah.
Hey, work
Hey, there
together.
we go. You're shoved aside.
Are you gonna handstand your way through as well?
If I can, then why the hell not? Unless I need to use my hands, then in which case I need to kind of.
Don't attack the lizard ahead. I know you don't like them.
Sure, make me an acrobatics check as well, Irina.
Acrobatics. 10.
Nice average roll.
You're stuck.
Oh, I thought it was to see if I was still on my handstand, but that's fine. I can't go
do
anywhere.
have-
I've got Andy behind me and Llewellyn in front. I'm not going anywhere anyway.
That's very true. But you do find yourself getting into a very awkward position upside down, and you haven't got as much maneuverability on your hands as you would your feet. And yeah, you kind of get jammed. Your face kind of smushed against the rock.
I've been in
Okay.
worse situations.
Yeah, the lizard just looks at you and shakes its head.
I mean,
Gareth,
feel free to go back to the sand tunnel that swallows things. You can leave anytime you want.
it crawls out of your pocket and over the wall.
Yep. Thought so.
Okay, Gareth.
Me again. Oh god. So
Yeah.
the party have obviously gone down there. I've widened the gap behind me, but so
That should be.
everyone else went through here, so I'm going to
We're not getting to the dragons today, are we?
Who knows? At this point, anyone's
Right.
guess.
This
Push
maze
through,
is terrible.
I guess. So another acrobatics, I would assume.
This gap's a little bit wider, but yeah, just give me a quick acrobatics. Yeah, you're fine.
Ninja my way through. Can I actually move through here?
Yeah, I'll move you.
Yeah, so I'm just sort of... Oh, and there's another one of them.
Yep, you just see it spewed acid towards Kishan, and he's got his back up against the wall, and the sand underneath his feet is kind of potted.
I glare at it
Uh-oh.
with annoyance. And, that's a large creature, or is it bigger than that?
It's large.
Okay, I will try to use a spell that I've not used before.
Uh-oh.
Much. Let's see if I can trap it in a watery sphere.
Ooh. Strength save?
Yeah.
It rolled a 8? No, a 6.
Yep, so it is trapped in a watery sphere.
Ooh, very nice. Okay.
And then, second,
Ankeg just looks around, realizing it's situation it's in now.
Yep.
Ooh.
Oh,
It's almost fascinated at first. Maybe it's never seen water in its life.
oh,
Yeah.
the whole screen just went watery.
That's his vision. Ooh. That's
Yeah.
trippy.
Didn't actually put a anything.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
I'm gonna unclick it. When did I have a spell temp? Like seriously, all my spells not to have a spell
That's-
temp. That one?
So it's held aloft, right?
Yes. It can hover no more than 10 feet off the ground, but it's sort of held aloft.
Gotcha. All right. Then is that your action and everything?
Yeah, that's my action. Oh no, because that pulls it towards me. So yeah, that's fine for now.
Okay.
Let's do that.
Then back to Andy.
Hold
It
on, it's
looks
all
like
blank.
Irene.
It's because my screen's.
Yeah, it's glitching out a lot today.
There we go.
Well, can I grab Irena's foot and try and drag her down the next crevice?
You can, yeah. Give me an acrobatic check with advantage, Irina.
Acrobatics.
Yeah.
And it's shift.
Yeah.
Hey.
Nice. Okay, cool.
18.
So Andy grabs a hold of your other leg and you're able to twist and contort out of the gap.
Sorry.
I feel like we do this in character as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're just both doing it at the same time.
Do you want to keep dragging her?
Yeah, as far as I can potentially go, yeah.
Okay.
I could have a
you
whole
can-
new profession as a clown.
See, if I
You can
went
al-
invisible and did this as well. But I don't think I can do invisibility and flying at the same time.
But I have a friend who could help.
Oh.
I literally pulled the skull out, which I can.
Oh god.
Oh.
So Llewellyn, Irina, and Andy are held aloft above your head. And Andy, give me an acrobatics check again, just to see if you can get through this gap here. And I'll say if you can do this, you'll pull her through as well.
Acrobatic. 23.
Hey, there we go. All right.
I like that. Rolls a 10. Doesn't even have to worry about it.
Andy makes this look easier. They can skirt their way through. I'm gonna say that's all. Was it 30 foot?
It's
say
our
that's all your
circus music
movement.
that's doing it.
Yeah.
There you go. That's all the movement. And come around to this thing, holding its action. This thing, hold its action. This thing. They're patient predators, and that thing can roll a d6 to see if it gets acid back. Doesn't. Okay. It'll borrow. It's digging, digging, digging. Cool. Ooh. All right, Carius. Oh boy.
Right. So as Karis is
No.
action-
Sorry, not Carius's turn. What I mean is, Carius, you see
Yep.
something happening. Beneath your feet, there is a bulge in the sand that explodes as the thing's almost making its way underneath the canyon floor. But it's
Now,
Oh,
gonna make a bite at you with disadvantage because it's not enough room here to really get the full
Yeah.
thing through. So,
Out
16.
of curiosity, is this
16
within
misses.
5 feet of me?
No, it's not. It's not. That's why it's having trouble getting to Carius because it's only getting like a mandible and a half in on his leg.
Within
it looks like
10
he's trying to-
feet?
He's within 10 feet, yeah.
Could I make an attack with it on Chainy Dave?
Yeah, you can try with the chain. That's a hit.
And
10 points.
what I might... Do we want to bring it up to us?
That's up to you to make.
But, yeah, I just say, like, I've got a hit! Shall I bring it up to us? And I'll look to the others.
I think for a moment and then just remember. Your stunning strike, can that be
Mhm.
done with monk weapons?
Mm-hmm.
That seems a better choice if you can.
Cool, so con save.
Oh,
And also the
Okay.
damage doesn't go through and it gets dragged towards me.
oh god. All right. You drag it underneath, but it's now all over you guys. Like Carius, it's kind of underneath you.
Okay.
Okay, Kishan.
Cool. So now this thing is right below us. I'm just going to do a full round of attacks on it.
Advantage.
Yep.
With advantage. First one. Ooh,
That's a
19
hit.
still. Second strike.
A hit. Don't forget to actually target it, by the way. Makes things all
Oh,
a lot quicker.
And then bonus action. Flurry of blows.
Goodness. Yep, those are all hits. Okay.
Cool.
Goodness me. 7, 14, and 11, and 8, and the 7. Jeez. Okay, you pummel this thing into dirt and to pulp. It's literally just bits of it just flying everywhere as your fist just smashed through its armor. Like, yeah, doesn't look like much armor. That thing's that you probably punch it back down into the ground, into the hole it made. Yep. All right. Any movement? Okay. I hear he's still dodging. This thing's suspended in the water. Can it make any save to try and escape?
Let me just remember, because this is a spell I've only actually got to use like once before, and I used it to catch a fish. So
At the end of its turn, it can make a saving throw. Okay.
yeah, so at the end of its turn.
All right. At the end of its go, it's gonna try and break free. 17.
I want to say that's a save, but meh. Where's my spell save?
At the bottom corner.
Yeah, it's a 17. Is my exact.
Okay. It pops the sphere, lands back into its little cone, and just falls there. Okay. It's gonna end that guy's go, Llewellyn.
Doesn't the sphere stay? It just isn't enveloped in it anymore.
Yeah, that's true, actually, I guess.
Yeah.
So you could put it back in it on a different turn.
Yeah.
Possibly. I don't know if you can move it. Is this?
Yeah, you can. You can move the sphere up to 30 foot in a straight line.
This is a normal pathway because it got thunder stepped, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, just check. So 5, 10. Hey, well, let me through. 15. 20. Is Andy stuck there, or is it free?
No, Andy's just used all their movement.
Attack of opportunity from the lizard.
25, 30. Just put me in
True,
front of
actually. Thanks for reminding me.
the lizard was too far away.
Oh, damn it! It's a 17 to hit.
The lizard was that's. The lizard was too far away. It was 10 foot away.
No.
Don't be doing that. It was 10 foot away.
Maybe it held its action to move.
Unless you're on about this lizard here.
Yeah, not the
Okay. I'll take that 1 point. I'm not gonna.
better.
I thought you meant the other one. I hate to
Okay.
say this as well, actually.
1 point could mean all the difference. Okay. You make it
That's-
through this time. Oh wait, that's concentration.
Yeah, I did it because you just did 1 point of damage to me.
Okay, are you concentrating on fire?
No, I'm concentrating on polymorph.
Oh god, yeah, you are. Oh, imagine if you'd have rolled bad and it just turns into something else. Oh, that'd be great.
Well, no,
Alright.
it gets stuck. Well, actually, I might just drop it because it'll get stuck in here.
Maybe.
I'll do that. I'll just drop it and let it get stuck.
Well, it's squeezed in there in the first place. So
Oh, okay, I'll wait till it gets further in then.
okay. All right,
Sure.
Llewellyn, did you want to do anything else?
I was trying to get through. That's my movement.
Okay, roll me one more acrobatics check.
Sure. Are you ready to push me, guys? 13. It went. It's gone. 11.
It's gonna cost you like half. It's gonna cost you like double the movement,
Okay.
but you're not stuck.
Okay.
So it's gonna cost you like double movement from here to there. So like that's 15 foot. So you're gonna have to dash to get anywhere meaningful.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Okay.
And I'll
You-
pull myself around. I think I can get to like there.
Okay. As soon as you get there, you suddenly
No.
see. Yeah, I'm afraid so. It's been holding its action forever, and it's got bored and impatient. So it will finally launch its acid straight towards Llewellyn. Can you roll a dex save for us?
I'm so done with these. I'm so done with
Ooh, no. Okay, you take 15 points of acid, and then you need another concentration check.
so done.
Yeah. Sorry, man. Irina's go.
I saved at least.
You did, but
Right,
you're on 25 now. Jesus.
All right.
You've got only one health left.
Which way did Llewellyn go?
You went north.
Okay.
So we find out north isn't even the direction we need to go, just to annoy me.
Technically, Andy's in the way.
Well, I'm
She's
kind of
above you.
above you.
Yeah,
Okay,
she's
so
above you.
I can get through.
Mm.
I'm so done with all
Yeah.
these.
If you want to drop down and try to get through yourself,
Yeah,
can do that.
I'm gonna have to go back on my feet, unfortunately, as fun as this has been.
It's fine.
Okay.
Um,
You want to give me an
hang on. I'm trying to count squares. Don't move me.
Well, it will matter. The squares won't matter if you get stuck.
So what am I rolling? Acrobatic.
Yes, please.
Come on.
There you go. Just like that.
Alright.
And you see Irina has just got jammed in between two rocks again.
I mean, technically, I can still see this thing, right?
Oh, there you can.
mean-
Yeah, 100%.
This entire thing is
So,
us being stuck
it
against
really-
a rock in a hard place.
It really doesn't matter if I can't move. I can still take aim and fire.
You can, yes.
Sweet. Fire number 1.
This is so stupid.
Oh, that's a hit. Yeah, nice.
Fire number 2.
Okay. It's making some.
Oh!
Oh, no,
And
exploding.
it also explodes.
Oh, no. What's happening? Those are some nice rolls. So that's what you needed. 9. Oh god, it's catching up. That was cool, by the way, if you noticed your little effect on your d20. It's kind of all fiery. Alright, and another 2d6. So it is badly wounded after this. The explosion has sent bits of chitin flying against the canyon wall. Yeah, and it reels backwards, snapping them shut. Okay. Gonna end your go. Sorry.
Okay, so for my action, I'm going to ram the watery spear back into this to see if I can trap it again.
Okay.
Nope, it makes the save.
Yeah, it's a 100% of that.
Okay, so then what Karis is going to do is take a little bit of a risk. He is going to move round to 1, 2. He's going to move to. God damn it! Just let me move. Going to move to here on my glaive.
Okay. Okay.
So I'm going to target that one.
Yeah, at this point, the gaps in the canyon have been widened enough. You
Yeah.
can fly through.
I am going to burn 2 sorcery points to
Okay.
put in a spell. And I am going to, because these things are really annoying me, I'm going to lightning bolt at 4th level. But
Okay.
I am going to be. How the hell do I turn this template? How do I turn the template once I put it down? Because I'm not aiming that way.
You can hold down Shift on the template and rotate it.
Oh, now I can't even see the bit to click because it's underneath the thing. It's underneath the ant cake.
Yeah, it's gone over there, hasn't it?
Yeah, I'm aiming it towards that other pit I can see, basically angled towards the ground, so hopefully it will skewer through anything in the ground.
Interesting.
something
Okay. All right. So this one will roll the dex save. Did you
Also,
say?
why did that hit Llewellyn?
Ow.
That shouldn't have hit Llewellyn.
You're just a magnet.
Heal yourself up 35 because you
Yeah, I
should not
did that for him. Don't worry.
25.
He's just a magnet for random like magic. Okay.
Yeah.
So first of all, you spent 2 sorcery points, quickened a lightning bolt, streaking it across the battlefield. This thing in front of you is, I think, vaporized from it.
Yeah.
So that was 35 lightning damage.
Yeah, and then I was aiming sort of at the where I can see another one of these pits, aiming
Okay.
sort of probably as for near the center as I can, thinking if there's going to be one of them there, it's in
Well,
the center.
I will. I'll give it advantage on the save because it is kind of covered. So, 16.
16 would fail.
Oh god!
My
All right.
AC is 17.
So, just like you've witnessed before, lightning is able to strike into the ground and go some few feet into it, and create these strange fossils. You hear a sound rumbling from beneath that pit as you strike it, and an almighty large creature, this antlion, emerges, spewing acid into the air. It is much larger than the others.
Oh, no.
That is going to end your go.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a big one this way. I hit it quite hard.
Andy, it's your go. And I'm going to say you can get through this gap easy because last time I made you roll an acrobatic check, but it should have been blasted away from the thunder damage, so you can have a freebie on this one.
Yeah, I mean, got no choice but to keep going forward.
Okay.
I mean, Irina, do you want me to help drag you along regardless anyway, seeing as she's flying?
Yeah, it seems better if we stick together anyway.
Yeah. So yeah, she'll, instead of grabbing her ankle, she'll take her hand or something this time and try and tug her through.
Okay. Andy, Irina, give me an acrobatics check with advantage then, as she tries to get you free. Yeah, that's just barely enough. You do get it's difficult now that you're carrying Irina by yourself. You can move at a half pace.
She's not carrying me.
No, I'm
No.
just kind of like holding her hand and pulling her
Okay,
through.
all right. Still, do you want to keep moving through?
I mean,
yourself?
where's everyone else gone? Because I can't see them.
They've gone around the corner.
Which corner?
Right here.
To the left.
Okay, then she'll just continue going that way.
Okay.
I'm not even going to go near that thing.
That's 30 foot. Did you want to keep going?
Yeah, I'm going to pull Irina all the way, so...
Okay. So yeah, that's why I say half movement.
Yeah, I can't actually see anything without Irina being in the frame anyway, because of course I'm on Steph's computer. So
Alright then,
Just
that's
very
where you end
quickly with that one, if you kind of like just highlight a section of the map, so just kind of like as if you're dragging over it, then it should expand that.
okay.
The big boss
I don't
here,
like this program. Okay.
the big
There you
final boss here is merging from the pit, and Carius, you're in the line of fire.
Yep, I know I am.
It is going to launch its acidic breath straight towards you. Can you? Let's see what you get.
Let's say, oh, you auto doing it.
Nice.
I failed.
Oh no, yeah, you failed.
I am still, because I don't have a first level spell slot, so I guess I have to cast. What? Does this do anything? Okay, I will cast this at second level, I guess, to
Mm-hmm.
half the damage again.
Okay, nice.
So that did 19, which would be half, would be 10, so I need to heal for 10.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Then after that, it blocks the way from the canyon, effectively. Almost with its two large front legs, kind of skirts the sides of the canyon. Then it is this one's go. Velen, you're over there, but it needs to recharge its acid. Nope, no more acid. Instead, however, it will do its sandy shovel attack and try to knock you down with it. Give me a strength saving throw.
Strength save. I'm probably down here. No.
Oh, okay. All right, that's exactly what you needed. So you start to see the maneuver is in order to create the landslide, pulling you down the cone and into its jaws. But you're quite far away from it, and the sand doesn't seem to be enough. It just sort of rains down upon you and just makes you more inconvenienced. Okay. It is Kushan's go.
Cool. So I see this spooky boy across the way.
Yep, he's the big one.
So
I'm just going to let the concentration drop because watery sphere is no use against this.
Nope. Okay.
Because it doesn't work on anything larger than large.
Yeah.
So as I have a move, I have feline agility. I will turn to Lahiri and say, "Stay here, stay safe."
Okay.
And bolt neck speed. I'm going to sprint across tippy like water, and
Cool.
I'm going to spring step off of it, and I'm just going to go full ham into this creature.
All right. Let's see it.
First attack. 21.
That's a hit.
Con save.
Okay. This guy's got a little bit of higher con, so I'm just gonna roll this instead. It's not enough.
Nope, that's stunned.
It is. All right.
So that's that. Second attack with advantage. $21.
Yep.
Perfect. Flurry of blows.
Don't forget to target it.
Sorry. And strength. Sorry, a dex save from it, which it automatically fails, so it's proned.
Oh, okay.
And last attack.
Yeah, that's a nice hit as well. Okay.
Pop myself right there.
It's looking really rough after this flurry of blows, cracking its armor like it was just shell. The hearing's staying put, and it's Llewellyn's go.
Alright. I'm gonna toll the dead this one behind me because
Okay.
I'm probably gonna get stuck in here and end up taking it acid over and over.
Sure. You want to target it?
No, click first. Oh, it started running really slow. Listen, come on,
Yeah, it has, hasn't it?
come on. Did that do it?
Yeah, that did it. But you didn't target it. So,
Didn't. I clicked on it, but it.
okay. It fails anyway.
1 sec. I'm gonna have to roll that again because I've not got it set for 12. Because it did take damage, didn't it? Has it taken? Yeah, it did.
No, it hasn't taken damage. So it's just
Oh
12.
no, it did. Eldritch Blasts.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah, my bad.
3d12. That's the really badly wounded one.
Oh, God, yeah, alright. That just kind of withers away and rots.
Yeah, and I'm gonna attempt to make my way through with my movement.
Okay.
Get stuck probably.
No, the canyon's wider here, but give me one acrobatic check.
Sure, why not?
It starts to get wider and wider. Okay, no, you're stuck. Dear. As you're stuck in place, you see two lizards crawl over your face and use it as a bridge to get to the other side.
Irina, move! You got me stuck.
And now you see them like perched above the canyon, looking down at you. Okay.
Judging.
Irina,
Making
you're not
their
stuck anymore.
eyeballs judgingly.
You're not stuck, Irina, so you can move around freely.
Cool. Holy crab. Okay. Yeah, I see it. I scream and firing shots.
Okay.
See, because
Shots.
Shard's just like.
They will be at disadvantage though, because it's prone.
Actually, they're flat because he's
Oh, really?
also stunned.
Oh, it's stunned. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So,
weird.
what? Sorry, too many people at once. What was that?
Just roll to attack.
Yeah. Huh.
17?
That's a hit.
Oh, I didn't target it. Sorry.
That's a hit.
What is that damage? What the hell is that?
What damage did you roll for that?
It's damage. Never
It's
done.
a D10.
D10. They've all been below 5.
I don't know. There was one that was a 9 earlier.
Last one. 13. That is
A 13 is a miss.
already rolling. Alright. That's literally my turn. That's all I can do.
Okay. Alright. So we've got two little flamings. Flame number 1. Flame number 2. Alright. Just needs one more hit to go boom. The lizards, they're just going to keep maneuvering around. They're seemingly following you along.
Okay. I know exactly what I'm doing on my turn.
And it's Carius' go.
Right, so I'm going to fly at this thing, sheath my sword, sheath my Carius, my glaive, what am I thinking?
My
Not
Carius.
there.
Is that what
I'm
you call it?
surprised why your Carius was out in the first place in this battle.
I'm going to coat my blade with moving blade, my blade already covered in acid from the absorb elements. So I'm going to hit this thing with advantage. Advantage is shift or alt?
Shift.
I can hear the judgment. Even through the mute.
So much judgment.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Amazing.
that's 6 plus 2d8 for booming blade.
Oh, that was a nice damage on the acid. Believe it or not, even though they can spray it.
I haven't even done the acid yet.
Oh, is that not? Okay.
No, that was the booming blade.
Go ahead then, keep going.
And absorb elements is.
This is the build. This is the sorcerer cleric coming through. Oh, there's the acid.
7
Wow.
damage.
That is enough. Describe to me how you just obliterate this thing. It's not immune to acid, believe it or not.
Yeah, Carius flies at it, his glaive coated in acid as he channels the energy from himself sort of up the thing, the blade, or, well, actually, because it's the wave
bender, and it manipulates like water. I'm imagining like sort of manipulating acid like in almost tendrils, but then they're coated in sound as he just cuts into this, and as he hits it, it just explodes in um, a blast of sound, sending bits of ant keg everywhere. But
Ooh.
because Carius is good enough, I imagine it would be. And he's got his bonus action still. He's going to use his bonus action to control the winds to just blow it away from us, so it doesn't hit any of us.
Nice. Oh, the combo. Yep, combining slashing thunder and acid, i.e. slandered. This thing is sailed across the battlefield, back into its hole as its body rolls down, forming a small landslide and half burying it.
No.
Half burying it.
Yay.
And there's bits and pieces of it all over the place, so you can probably
Yeah.
get the other thing if you really want to.
All
Right. Now, providing we're not extremely unlucky, and I don't want to tempt fate, but I'm gonna because it's fun. That is hopefully the last one, because that seemed like a big one, so I'm guessing that's like the head of the hive or
Oh.
whatever these things
That
are.
was a big one.
Yeah, that one was like
Mm-hmm.
I
5
saw
foot
that
big
twinge
and
crest.
all.
Anyway,
Yeah.
I'm gonna say that's the end of combat. Lahiri comes out of her hidey hole. She's like, "Is it safe?"
Probably want to still just skirt the edge so you don't get sucked into the sand pit. But other than that, I think we've killed the big meanies.
Am I able to make it through this?
You are with a successful acrobatics check. Yes.
I still have to make it.
Can I make my way back and like drop kick him through it?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, with advantage.
No, I'm.
No,
Okay,
it's
yeah,
fine. It's fine.
it's fine. No advantage.
Okay, the drop kick just hurts.
It just hurts, yeah.
It just hurts for 13 points. Oh my god.
Don't be doing damage.
I'm sorry. We just went up against
Just-
the big bug thing. Did you see
Just
it? You might.
no. I had to put the small ones behind me. Just grab my hand.
Well, there we go. I'm glad that we at least have you behind us to keep an eye on our backs. Pull
Yes.
them through.
Just grab my.
Okay, try again, Lavella.
My dainty little ankles are not made for this.
We all need a Llewellyn in our life.
Oh, I'm so glad.
Oh
I did
come
that.
on. Even Kishan's struggling.
Oh my god, you sprain your ankle. You
Can we
twist. No, you don't
Yeah.
sprain it. Yeah, sorry, you twist your ankle and you just
Hold
hear
on.
this.
So
I
I use
Irina
use
did
a
it better.
teeny tiny bit of marvelous pigments just to make the rock ever so slightly bigger.
Wow.
I just,
Can't believe it.
I just look at him like you can do all that stuff, but you can't get me out of here. Irina did a better job than you.
Well, I didn't realize you put on so much weight back at the Carius's house. Did you really eat that much?
I literally wobble side to side. My body is not the problem. It's my ankles.
I don't want to say anything, but if you gain any more weight, then the seams are going to start breaking on this cloak, and you know exactly what Irina is going to say about it if it starts splitting.
I keep that in mind. Llewellyn will remember this.
Can I just come over, grab his arms, and literally start dragging him?
One died here though,
Does
didn't it?
anybody know the spell grease?
No.
You do start dragging him, and it's
Slightly.
easy now. He's not stuck thanks to Kashan's.
But one did die here, didn't it? Where we are.
It did, yeah.
I kind of. Oh yeah, that one. Yeah.
I'm gonna start cutting some of them up.
I mean, the big one is just over there if you wanted to get the mama stuff.
Yeah, 2 is better than 1. I'm gonna
Roll a survival check then.
just because we do need money as well.
Nice. All right, yeah.
There goes my rolls.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, once you're free, you're able to cut up and find even like the what's it called? The
acid sack.
yeah, effectively.
I'm gonna I'm gonna go around that, and I'm gonna place my book on the acid sack for it to consume, because I'm a little bit repulsed by acid, so I don't want to go near it.
Oh yeah, you are.
Oh, I forgot about that. Oh, props for you
Damn.
remembering that. Holy crap.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna cut all the parts around it and let the book consume the
That
acid
was
sack.
hub times.
So,
Yeah, got it
and you've also got some chitinous armor and the mandibles. The mandibles aren't really useful for anything.
It's just sellables, basically.
Yeah, but the chitinous armor could be maybe fashioned into some form of armor, but there's only bits and chunks of it here. You might have better use of the headpiece over
Chitin,
here.
chitinous armor and mandibles.
Hmm. And you can call it antlion mandibles, antlion armor. There's a massive body almost stuffed into the sand right here.
How many mandibles and how many armor
You
pieces?
get 2 mandibles. You get just right down 1 set of chitin armor. Okay, and I'm guessing you guys are moving out over here as well?
Before you even decide to put us in a big swirly whirly,
It's dead.
that safety first.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kashan nimbly edges around the side of the pit.
Yeah. Carius gets Lahiri on his glaive and flies over.
Okay. There's a couple moments where your feet do lose your footing, but even if you slide down, you realize there doesn't seem to be any danger, except for the 2 lizards that keep looking down at you guys.
Oh yeah, I dropped the polymorph. I
You
assume,
drop the polymorph.
I assume it. Oh wait, wait.
No, you do
Oh,
not
hold on,
drop the
hold on,
polymorph
hold on.
spell.
The lizards. I'm looking at. Yeah, I'm looking at the
However,
lizards.
I do realise roll a constitution save.
Oh yes, that is a fair point.
Why, what? You didn't actually punch him, I'm guessing.
I got a 12.
But either way, he would bust.
Do we want to cut this one up? Because I'd need to be on the back of Carius's glaive if that's the case.
Well, you wouldn't. You can. It's not actually a sand pit anymore. You can easily go across.
Or is that survival roll part of that?
You'd need another survival roll for this one.
Do that.
So then you kind of slide down the side of the bank, land on the body.
That was the last we ever saw of him.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, you can write down you've got an adult antlion mandibles, acid sac, and chitinous armor. So the chitinous armor is massive. I don't know how you're going to get that transported.
I probably won't, unless the book wants it for anything useful.
Maybe the poisonous thing.
I've already had the poison.
Yeah,
sac.
you've got another acid sac, but
I'm not going to touch that.
no. Okay. Well then, chitinous
Unless,
armor is way too encumbering to carry, but
unless someone else wants to carry the sack. Because I'm not going to touch it. Shut up. The acid sack.
no, thank you. Lahiri says.
No? No one else?
No.
No.
Okay. So.
All right. Anyway, moving on. Kashan,
Yeah.
there's one last turn in this canyon. Kashan?
I'm sorry, I was being judged. Yeah, so I'm gonna start moving along.
Yes, you
Your
were.
mind is in the gutter today.
It was funny.
Judging, judging.
Oh, ow, I'm too full for this. Yeah, so I start moving along.
Okay.
Leading the way. When all of a sudden, oh, of course.
No.
Bring it. Try again, displacement cloak.
Try again. It was invisible because it was submerged.
Try
Whoa.
again. Oz ready for it.
I'm afraid, as you come around this last corner, there is one last anchor, and it does get a good bite on you, and it does inject its acidic, like, mandibles into you. So you're taking that damage, and
Oh, it's acid.
I'm guessing everyone, as you come around the corner, you absolutely blast this thing into oblivion. How long does polymorph last, by the way? Is it a minute?
An hour.
Okay, cool.
Can I quickly see if I can blast it into oblivion?
Sure.
Yeah, Karis is just sort of following round, and it just sort of looks and it goes, really?
I didn't learn a lesson. Yeah, that's...
I'll do my Toll the Dead as well.
Oh yeah, it's dead. It's dead! It's
Go
dead already!
bites me
Stop!
and I'm like,
Stop! Oh, God.
It's actually,
Alright.
12.
There's nothing left of this antlion.
It's still 11 on a 3d12. Nice.
Okay.
Uh,
For the sake of
Uh,
brevity, you get around this edge easily enough. And
the
you
s-
see that there is a opening beyond the canyon. Much bigger, much larger. And everyone, you start to feel a strange feeling in the air. It's sort of heavier. There's almost this tingling sensation. In fact, it'd be most visible on Kashan. You see their hair begins to stick up on end.
Yeah, which
oh, it's
Karis at least probably instantly notices, and is because that's sort of his thing, and he's been struck by actual lightning before, and he's just like, I'm pretty sure we've gone the right way. That build-up probably means that there's a lot of electricity in the air, which matches blue dragons. So that's good. We didn't fight for all of that for nothing.
So we probably want to take a rest here before
Well, yeah, this seems a good place to, if you can, Lavelle, and set up your mansion so that we can rest in safety, or your hut, whichever you prefer.
I can do the mansion. That's my last high level spell. I saved it just in case.
Yeah, because that's basically complete. I mean, I know the hut is completely safe, but the mansion is like,
Yeah.
'cause
Except
that, to be honest, before we start with the actual origins of dragons, that's probably a good place to stop. I realise it's maybe a little bit early, but
except I do stand at the door of my thing as everyone goes in, apart from Kashan, who hits a barrier.
Hmm. You can see the new map, yeah?
yeah.
Okay, cool.
Until he apologizes, he does not come into my home.
apologize for what?
The fat comments. We have no fat shaming in this group.
We don't have fat shaming. We have motivation.
That's not an apology.
I'm sorry for the fat comment.
Says the guy who decided to test my weight and then declare he needed another person to help carry me.
Oh,
That was to test if I could carry your weight.
And you decided you could not.
Because I'm weak as fuck. That was on not you.
You
He's
don't.
just been
It doesn't
with
make
us.
Irina feel any better.
I'm sorry.
You
not...
did the same thing, so let him in.
I didn't do the same thing.
Yes, you did. Now let him in.
The Vela doesn't do anything, but the barrier seems to go down anyway.
I pull my hand through the barrier and just like plonk his nose and then let him in.
okay. So,
Oh wait, okay.
You-
I realize we're carrying.
yeah. If you're setting up the magnificent mansion, then you're selecting who can go in.
Yeah.
And so you're choosing Andy, yourself, Carius, Lahiri, I guess, Kishan, Irina, and one of these guys.
Yeah, one of the lizards.
Which list? They look at you.
Oh, no.
Why would I let the
no.
lizard?
No, okay, don't let either in because you're going to make the wrong choice,
Which
regardless.
lizard?
No. Oh no. Actually, no. I'll let them both in.
No! What's wrong with you?
Because we kill them both and harvest them. The wheat
No,
against
just
all
don't
of
let them in.
You're gambling.
I'm not.
Like, can I tell which one is the lizard that I put in my pocket earlier?
Okay. I will let only Irina can make this check. And you start to really scrutinize these lizards, and they look up at you, all kind of cute, licking their eyeballs. Roll me an investigation check, Irina.
They're both looking
Which?
at you super sus.
Which lizard is the wizard?
I'm gonna let
23.
it. I'm gonna let it in anyway.
You see that one of them has a bit of your clothing's fluff still stuck on its eyeball. And it's trying to reach it with its tongue, but it just can't get it.
I'll
The other
remove
one.
fluff.
Okay, you get the fluffy lizard.
Oh, that's the one you picked up, isn't it? Because it went in
Yeah,
your pocket. So it's the opposite one.
it seems to nestle itself inside your pocket
Right.
almost instinctively.
Are you telling me this?
Yeah, I mean, I've picked it up and just gone, hey, this is the one from earlier. I'm going to keep it.
Okay, I'm gonna pick up the other one, bring it into the mansion.
It tries to bite you as soon as you pick it up. Oh,
Shh.
it's
I
1 point damage.
shield that
You're
shit.
casting shield for real. Okay.
Yes, and I'm gonna bring it into the mansion. Everybody, ready your action,
Oh,
and we're just gonna just get ready.
okay. You're gonna drop it.
No, she's walking off to her room.
Have fun, Lavellen. Bye.
Wait, hang on.
Okay.
Our odds
I
are
drop it. I drop it in front of everyone then.
Ah,
Do
but-
all the deaths.
yeah, I've ready it. Yeah.
For the sake of brevity, you guys make mincemeat out of this poor keg. Yeah, there's no chance it survives. Yeah, with a natural 20 as well. There it is.
He just drops it because Sean goes.
Crack.
I just kind of gesture to the one that's obviously in my pocket. She's like, what should we name him? Or her? Can I tell its gender?
Larry.
Yeah, that's fine.
I was going to say Larry or Gex.
Gex
Mm,
from the
Or
old
Jerry.
style game.
Jerry the
Yeah.
gecko. Or Larry the lizard.
It is a female lizard.
Lucinda it is.
okay.
Is it the same as before with the whole what I managed to get? Just so I can plonk it on.
You can make, yeah, exactly the same again.
26 I got. So I'm on to 3 sets now.
Damn, your rolls have been really good on survival, but everything else has been dog. It's amazing.
So
Well,
6 mandibles, 3 chitin armors, and an adult antlion.
you're planning on taking a nice long rest during this, aren't you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair. All right.
Soak my ankles because they are killing from getting stuck on each rock.
I'm gonna fast forward ahead and end real soon. But whilst I'm describing, feel free to take a long rest with all your characters. So click on your sheet and do the thing.
Where's my character? Because the map is flickering for me.
You can double click
Green.
character.
Elf.
So the
Elphaba,
Elf.
the Wicked Witch of the West. She's green.
Wicked.
Oh, okay.
all right
Because there's a
then.
crack in the song about her shedding her skin like a lizard.
True.
Oh.
So its name is Elphaba.
Whilst you guys are taking a long rest,
Elf.
and you're perhaps like milling around, going to and fro, different rooms and such. If anyone's out there, or even if you're not, I would say that one of the butlers of Snurg does go, just I saw something by the door, just so you know. It looked kind of like furry and dog-like, kind of speckled. Just thought I'd let you know.
Tell it to go away.
And then they don't. Well, okay, sure. They go out to the front door, and everyone, by the way, if you go up to the front door, you can actually see through it, can't you?
Yeah, Karis is going to go up to the door with the Snurg.
Okay. You see, there is 3 gnolls. 2 of them are trying to urge the one curious gnoll from ignoring it and moving along. But this one gnoll seems to be quite persistent in trying to open the door, and one of the gnolls is laughing at its friend as he fails to get this thing open. But yeah, this go on.
Karis is just going to poke his head out and go, can I help you?
It kind of like gets startled immediately, and it's like, "Arr!" And then sort of squints, seeing your tiefling form, and shakes his head. You don't speak hyena, do you? No.
No.
Would you like me to translate?
Yeah, Kashan, translate.
Just poke my
Okay.
head out and go, good afternoon.
So it seems to be saying like, "What the? Why is there a door here? What? Weird. These dragons are getting weird. Maybe there are more visitors. Whatever.
This is our home. You may leave.
We were just passing by anyway.
But
We
no,
have
I don't
important
suppose.
business."
Are you going to the dragons as well?
Mm-hmm. And you see the other two are hoisting quite large bags of goods over their back.
Kashan's eyes kind of go wide for a little while and then sink back down. And what exactly are you going to do with the dragons? Just out of curiosity, we're also heading up there ourselves.
We're sating them, paying tribute.
Oh. Well, I mean, you've made it all this way, you must be tired. Perhaps we could take that from you and take it up
No,
there in your
no.
stead.
Not a chance. Plus, we're already late. Come on.
But aren't you ready for the race soon? It should be starting any day now.
They shake their heads. Our clan already got chucked out of the race. We lost. They look sad.
Guys made them lose.
Carius just goes, you weren't around to watch the race, were you?
No.
It was a good race. Your friends tried well, but yeah.
I mean, before you go, very quickly, I didn't have to give up my spot in the race, did I?
No.
No. Would you like to compete in the race?
They turn around. Maybe. Why? What are you saying? You got a spot?
Well, you may not know by the look of me, but I am actually the second place runner-up.
Yeah.
And I mean, after all, you guys did so well, and I was so sad that you didn't manage to get through. I think you guys should race, and I'd be more than happy to give my spot.
Okay.
So, you should probably get down there and race. We can just take your load up towards the dragons. We can say it's from you. And there will be plenty more where that came from, because after all, the bounty from the race is like, what, 10,000 gold, isn't it? Or the 10,000 platinum, I think I heard.
They say,
Curious.
we'd rather not anger the dragons than race.
Well, that's what I mean. We can say that we're going up there in your stead. After all, we're halfway up there already, and you all look so tired.
Roll me a persuasion check, Carius. Kishan.
Can
I am assisting. I'm just my assisting is just sort of nodding and agreeing, like, yep, that's totally what.
Persuasion. I was trying to deceive them, but okay.
If that's the case, then deceive them.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
It was straight up deception.
Have we got visitors? They're allowed to stay if they want.
Okay, I'm going to roll an insight check for him.
Gotcha.
Let the visitors stay. I want to have no guests.
Okay. One of them turns to the other and they go, you know what happened last time we let someone do our job for us? They claimed it as their own. We're not falling for this one. We deliver ourselves. Door to door, remember?
Carius, as you're right next to Kushan, you probably see him shake his head and his pupils go from super dilated down to like normal size, and he's like, "Oh, of course, yes. You can carry on." And Kushan will dash back inside.
Okay. They
Karis just
continue on their way to make whatever
Karis just
delivery
got-
it is they've promised the dragons. And
Karis just sort of looks at them for a moment, and you see his fingers just sort of crack with electricity as he's tempted to just fry them and take their tribute to give themselves an edge. But then he
Oof.
thinks using lightning this close to
yeah.
might not be the best, so he resists the urge. And we'll go
Okay.
finally.
This is all in the morning as well, by the way. But if is okay, you find a hero.
Yeah, I'm just gonna ask her about the Folger crystal we found and like how we use it.
Oh, okay. It'll be a bit of a process, but or do you want to stay up tonight and try to practice?
Would I be because I know a long rest is 8 hours, 2 hours, which it can be like light work. Would we be able to do those 2 hours for light work? Would that be
Right,
feasible?
yeah, you can begin the process.
Yeah.
Sure. We'll get this done at the beginning of the next session, actually, but we'll cut back to it, like a flashback to it. But I just want to get you guys ready for the next session. So we'll flash back to this next session, all right? That's cool. Yeah. Okay, so you guys finish the long rest. The door to the mansion would open up, and the Snurgs have you'll have time at least to sort of prepare what you want to say and prepare your spells for this next encounter. But
Yeah, that's actually a good point. I'm just going to consider that quickly whilst we're doing this. But
yeah, because I want to wrap it up here. But as you do come back out of the mansion and you're ready to resume, you see that there are waterfalls of sand billowing down the sides of the rock. And it feels as though the wind has died down, the sandstorm has kind of blown over, and instead you're just left with this small particles of sand sort of hovering around in the air, still perhaps just caught on a slight breeze. And the smell in the air is like ozone. It feels almost alive as well. You can feel your hairs on your arms sticking up, and the material kind of feels slightly itchy on your clothes. This static seems to be everywhere as soon as you exit. And if you're going around the canyon wall, you see it's much more wider. And you can tell there are footprints in the sand as well. People coming to and fro from this area, it seems, quite often. And you can see the tracks of the gnolls as well. In the air, the open sky, you can see the occasional bird of prey just hovering low, keeping an eye out for any potential potential victims of the sandstorm of the day previous. But they're quite high up in the sky. You only just barely see the shadow of them on the ground. But you guys can make your way around the corner if you wish.
Can't see anything.
Reload the page.
I'm still in the sinking canyon.
yeah, he for some reason was on the wrong map for some reason. So yeah, I will.
There you go.
Carius will would during the rest period would we have the materials in the hut in the mansion or between me and Llewellyn to recast Find Familiar?
Yes.
Okay, so I've got my familiar. I've got Taklo on my shoulder and I'm walking ahead.
Okay.
Just because Karis is obviously the one who's going to be trying to do the talking, remembering the lessons he's been taught by Irina about Relic.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to move your tokens for you then.
Okay.
Okay.
I would be somewhere up near the front, just FYI.
Okay, go ahead, move your token then.
Gotcha. And Lahiri would no doubt be somewhere in the middle.
Here he's sticking close by, yeah. You can see the map now, right?
Yeah.
Cameron? Jamie?
Yeah, I can see the map.
Okay, you can move your token around. Makes it easier. Okay. And as you come around, you can see more waterfalls of sand just kind of sifting onto the ground below. And you realize this cavern begins to open up into a massive columned structure. Though the columns do not reach to a ceiling of sorts. It's just open air. This place is more ruined than it is a chamber. But you can see up ahead there is stone flooring, like it was once the entrance to a grand ruin or temple or maybe even tomb, for all you know. And in the distance, you can see the entranceway. Deep into the rock, there are more columns supporting a tunnel that leads inwards. The tunnel is strewn with bones as well.
Well, that's concerning.
And to your right, Kashan, you see something nestled in between the the kind of crevices in the rock, and it looks like bits and pieces of shell, and they're kind of bluish in texture with spikes kind of jutting from the top.
Dragon.
But that's just bits of shell, not a full egg itself. Just looks like bits that have kind of been stuffed in there. And as you get to about here, Kashan, is when you suddenly feel the air static. It increases, and all your hair begins to stick on end, and you almost kind of wince as you can feel your entire body being sort of like electrified, but not enough to actually hurt. It just feels like you're being gripped by an immense amount of like electricity in the air. I think from here you could probably also hear the billowing of wings as well. And as the others catch up, which I'm sure they're going to do once they move their tokens, I'll just do that. There we go. Irina, with your superior dark vision, you can see up into the corners of this place. There is a pair of eyes watching you. And then a pair of wings extend, forming a shadow over you guys. As it flies over, it lands somewhere on the on this column behind you guys. Oop, there we go. This creature is it's a large creature, so it doesn't seem like it might be like an older dragon, but nonetheless, it seems to be the first one to have spotted you.
What, from what we know, what is the proper etiquette for greeting a blue dragon?
Screaming, running, failing at running, dying.
Begging.
Prey would do what you just described, but if you're wishing to seek an audience, then,
Stay strong.
as Llewellyn said, more likely to want to bow before it.
Yeah,
Oh,
so I will bow before it and say, actually, I'm going to have Taklo say this because Taklo can speak Draconic and I can't, but Taklo can speak with my voice, so it's sort of me speaking through Taklo, so it's a weird ventriloquist sort of thing. We have come seeking an audience.
And do you bow, or do you make any gesture that would put you beneath them?
I'm bowing and just bowing as much as I can, almost like a kowtow, almost so like on my knees, like bowing fully, so fully
Okay.
showing that I am beneath him. I disagree, but I'm being as honest as I can.
As you do that, you see a grin start to extend on its facial features. And with that grin, a set of jagged teeth begin to crackle with lightning ever so slightly. And then you hear a sound of a billowing of wings. They soar downwards and land. They kind of swoop upside down and land almost gracefully into the massive chamber at the back. And this dragon looks a much different kind of appearance to the others, though they still seem to share the same frilled sort of ears, kind of massive ridged horn atop their blunt head, and you see rows of spikes extending from their nostrils to line their brow and cluster on this jutting lower jaw. The scales kind of vary from iridescent azure to a deep indigo, and the ones on this dragon are polished to a glossy finish, likely by the buffeting desert sands. The scales look thicker and harder than the ones of this younger dragon, and they seem to hold themselves in this sort of vain and proud posture. There's more odor of ozone, and the dust in the air, in the dust in this place, sort of picks up from the massive wings that have just hefted their body down. And as they land, they observe you all, and they begin to speak in Draconic. So, we seldom have an audience with humankind. We better have something worthy of an audience.
I because we brought like my 3,000 gold and the rest of the family gold, so I'm like, I have Tatclose say, basically say we have brought gold in large amounts to try to seek an audience.
Well then, show me.
And one of us has a bag of holding.
Nope.
We have a large
Oh,
sack.
Andy.
We have a
Yes.
bag that holds.
I start. I open up a big sack and show the gold. I don't know if they want me to pour it out or not. I'm not sure on the correct etiquette.
Okay. It seems. Yeah. What do you do though? You're obviously not sure, but what do you do?
I think you
I
should
literally just sort of place the bag in front of me that's filled with the gold and just sort of open it so they can see it and decide to inspect it if they wish. But I avert my gaze so I'm not looking directly at them.
You hear a third pair of wings swoop down. It lands much more violently than the others, almost intimidatingly, as they land and skirt and skid across the rock face. They let loose some of the rubble in your direction, and it kind of scatters, and pebbles end up around your feet. Some of the grit kind of lands in your face, Llewellyn, from coming from the left side, and this set of snarling teeth open up. In Draconic, they say, "Ha! Your piddly amount isn't enough to grant an audience with us." And then the other dragon speaks. But it is enough that we consider you worthy of conversation. instead of becoming a meal. And with that, you hear more and more wings, one by one descending, almost as if they've all kind of been alerted by the static build-up in this place. And before long, you realize you are almost completely surrounded by more and more of these dragons. And as they all land and leer down, looking over you, that is where we'll end tonight's session.
Okay.
Oh god. Oh god.
Technically, I've not understood a word that's been said so far, and I really want to cast comprehend languages, but I feel like the moment I cast a spell, they'll attack.
Possibly.
So I don't want to risk it.
No, I'm going to remove
To
the
be
light.
fair, I'm probably translating it all for you, so.
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
There we go. Let's reveal this up. Cool. All right. Well, guys, we're going to sign off here, but it looks like next session we will finally be having the audience with the dragons, and there's a lot of them, and more keep coming, it seems. Almost curious as to who these outsiders are. But you're definitely within the dragon's den. So, from all of us, thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you all next week. So you can sign in and tune in for Sunday's session, the Witch Hunters, as they delve in further into the Fey Dark. And on Monday, Curse Breakers are finally inside Castle Ravenloft, kicking the door down, or rather taking the door off, and Tomb of Annihilation afterwards with the Last Resort Company, who have finally returned from death and are also opening the door to their final dungeon, the Tomb of the Nine Gods. So, bye bye.
Bye
Bye for now.
bye.